Kia ora, nau mai, hara mai, hello and welcome. Sunday afternoon hoops, Sal's NBL not too far away, Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way. Early crowd coming in for this one. It is the Airs up against the Sharks. Hope you're well. Justin Nelson with you, Casey Frank right alongside me, and happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there, especially the ones with whom I couldn't help with childcare duties today because I was down here.
Is that the excuse?
That's not an excuse, you know. Reasons and excuses, different things, Justin.
Well, hello to all of our mothers out there. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and we hope to keep you entertained with some great Kiwi hoops this afternoon. A Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder. Let's have a look at this. Hawks, a loss last night. All about the Airs and the Sharks today, though.
Yeah, the Hawks take that loss, and now the Giants sitting alone atop the perch. The Airs got some room to move, might be able to make a chase still. The Sharks, after a great early start, have not been able to find form.
Yeah, they won their first two, didn't they? They've lost their last 7. Sharks starters for this one this afternoon. Ben Hall, Andrew Wheeler, Quake Webster, Matariki Kapia, and Connor Cole.
Well, a solid lineup, a little bit of change because we thought Scott Telford was going to be there, but he's been moved to the starting lineup. So a limited team with an import on the bench, that means they don't have as much depth to lean on.
Just running with the 6, aren't they? The Taranaki Airs, their starters for this one this afternoon. Xavier Adam, Nico Hill, Jake Carr, Morgan Trott, Quinton Bailey. Nico Hill's having some sort of a season.
Very aggressive offensively. His scoring prowess has at times really revealed itself. And also Tobias Cameron off the bench, he might have a lot to say with what happens in this Rapid League game today.
There's the stats, Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. There's the current form, we've talked about that. Ben Hall, Nico Hill going up against each other. Points in the paint, interesting battle.
Yeah, I think that's where this game's going to get won or lost. Neither team's super dependent on that three-point shot. So who's ever able to lessen the effectiveness of the opposition today in that painted area, I think they're going to have the upper hand in terms of victory.
Coin officials for today's Sky Broadband Rapid League game, Regan Ashley, Brad Clive and Kobe Lucas with the whistles. Gee, the Sharks will be hoping to build some confidence here this afternoon. It's been a tough season, both in the Sal's NBL and the Rapid League. But this is the team they've got to beat. They've got to take down the Taranaki Airs, who are a formidable team in both of these competitions, and especially for a big game on a Sunday, on Mother's Day here at home.
Yeah, it's going to be a big ask. For the Sharks, I think it's all about improvement. They have to improve off their last few games of Rapid League. They just have been able to find that form. And it starts here. If they can get some energy up, get some good things happening, maybe that bleeds over into the Sal's NBL later this afternoon.
Winners last night in the Rapid League. The Nuggets taking down the Hawks by 2 yesterday afternoon, and the Tuatara getting a win over the Jets by 14 in Auckland last night. Airs, of course, in the lime green. Some like it, some don't. I'm a fan.
Oh, lime. I don't know. That's like electric lime. What kind of limes you been drinking?
You don't want to know. Sharks in the orange, of course. Sky Broadband Rapid League. Strap yourselves in. Sunday afternoon basketball coming your way, and it will be the Airs to get us underway quickly as Quinton Bailey throws it down.
Well, I love players who run off the tip. Bailey gets that tip and instantly pushes forward. Very tough for the other guy in the jump ball circle to keep pace, and he proves it.
Great start for the home team today. Here's Kapia. What can he do here? The 22-year-old, nowhere to go. They swing it out. Webster uses Connor Cole, goes back to him. The big fella inside off the glass.
Nice soft touch on display by Cole there with the left hand off the kiss. He can shoot it from deep, but shows he can get it done on the interior as well.
Early basket for both teams. Trott hands it off on the move. Hill doesn't get the drop. Underneath, Morgan Trott helping out.
Well, excellent pace for the Airs in their half-court offense, coming off those down screens with a lot of speed. Turning the corner was Nico Hill, putting pressure on the defense, and his push inside is what enabled Morgan Trott to get his hand in on the offensive glass. Doesn't get the tip in, but a trip to the Chemist Warehouse for 2.
And he's been handy, Case, Morgan Trott. 5.5 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. Of course, 16-minute game.
Unbelievable percentages and averages when you push it out to the full 40-minute game. You know, when you're putting in that kind of activity, you're going to gain yourself more time, and he certainly has done so over the course of this Rapid League season.
Second one drops from the Chemist Warehouse. Early stages of this one, and already shaping up as a good contest. Kapia, Wheeler, Matariki Kapia gets it back. Connor Cole can shoot from distance. Bailey closes that gap down. Wheeler now, shot clock counting down. It's at 3. Got to do something here. Connor Cole, turnaround step back is short.
Not easy to go off the right foot when you're turning around to the right shoulder. Cole found enough space in a tough position just to get up on the rim.
Here's Trott, Cullen Davison out there now. Keep an eye on him. Excitement machine. Morgan Trott wide open for 3. Left that one well short. Kapia. Wheeler hands off to Webster. Pulls up over Davison. Nice shot.
Well, good aggressive offense coming off of that. Defender was not in front of him. He pulls up and does so with a lot of confidence, which you need to see more so from the Sharks.
Adam puts it down to Davison. On point with the kicks today. Carlin Davison turnaround. Nico Hill.
A nice cut by Nico Hill, and good find from Davison. His passing is an area of his game that has certainly lifted in the last few weeks.
I keep saying it every time I talk about the Airs, and Carlin Davison, still just 20 years of age. Connor Cole from distance. Rebound, Adam. Brings it up the floor quickly, transition. No one going with him though, hands it back to Trott. Wants Davison. Instead goes to Adam. Trott again. In the thick of the action early, and that's a nice finish.
Yeah, good strong move. Andrew Wheeler defends physically. Doesn't get the whistle, but Trott able to fight through that physicality and still get the bucket.
Margin at 3. Ben Hall, one of the best in the Sky Broadband Rapid League this season. Connor Cole, deep 2.
Got to get a hand up. He loves the jump shot, especially when he has time like that. Nico Hill, probably a little bit more at the drive, but should be concerned about that jump shot.
Bailey strong inside. Cole reaches in, commits the foul.
Nice push, like what Xavier Adam did there, pushing the pace, drawing the defender out of the corner before he kicks it up, putting Connor Cole in a difficult position to have to try and stop not only the ball, but then Quentin Bailey afterwards. You see he can't do so without fouling. So Bailey off to the Chemist Warehouse for 2 to try and extend this 1-point lead.
Some player news for today's NZNBL game, Casey. Mitch McCarron is out.
Yeah, it was listed as questionable with a bit of a calf niggle. I've got a sneaking suspicion if this were a game between teams closer in competition level, we might see him play, but certainly a poor calf is not something, and weather like today, very chilly, you don't want to try and push that if you don't have to.
And Mitchie's not getting any younger either.
Unlike the rest of us, Justin, unlike the rest of us.
Connor Cole inside, oh, great work. Quentin Bailey with the block.
Well, just well timed. Bailey really gets up on that one well. Cole thought he could get it off with a quick shot, but Bailey, excellent timing, great hand-eye coordination to get that on the way up, and then Cole, bad position on the catch, steps out of bounds.
Tyrone Orakawa will get the start for the Airs with Mitch McCarron out. NZNBL coming your way from 3 p.m. New Zealand time. Looking forward to that one. Sharks need to show us something today. Davison is always showing us something.
That's strong. Well, I mean, a decent physicality there. Oh, defenseman from Kapia. He banged him around, but once he gets to that spot, Davison can just launch like a rocket. He does so there for the finish.
Late in the first, margin 3, Kapia spinning. Webster fires from deep. Look good off the hand. Rebound, Bailey. Late chance here for the Airs.
Nice catch by Nico Hill.
Takes some contact, hands it off. Davison too strong underneath, and the whistle off to the Chemist Warehouse.
You love that kind of patience from a young team. They weren't hurried, had a bit of a bad pass on the initial outlet, but Nico Hill took his time, drove to the cup, didn't have the shot. Davison comes in response, trailing that play, and with just 0.5 on the clock, able to get the make, get the foul, and a chance to double up the Sharks here if he makes it.
Can't put it away, and that'll do us. So quarter time, quick fire stuff in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Airs, after 1, lead at 11-6. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats case.
Well, the one that jumps out to me first and foremost is the free throws. The Airs just 1 for 5 at 20%. No trips for the Sharks, so the Sharks probably fortunate to be as close as they are. They've shot the ball decently well. 43% from the field for the Sharks, and they've been okay on the glass, but Taranaki's just outworking them in both those areas. 63% from the field for the Airs on 5 of 8 shooting, and they pulled down 6 rebounds, 2 of those on the offensive end. That's 3 times as many rebounds as the Sharks were able to tally in that first quarter.
Big day for Mother's Day. If you're a basketball fan, of course, this one here this afternoon, the Saints and the Giants coming your way later this evening from the capital. Sky Broadband, the FIBA starter, $30 per month for the first 3 months. What a beauty this is.
That's a heck of a deal, $30 a month.
It's a great deal. skybroadband.co.nz. That's available through till June 30. T's and C's. Check it out. But you don't get deals much better than that, Casey Frank.
I don't get deals, period, so any deal's better than none I get now.
Quentin Bailey showing some leadership there. He's an experienced campaigner. Still only mid-20s as well, Quentin Bailey.
Yeah, you grow up quick in the NZNBL. You know, you've played along from the teenage years, and suddenly you're in mid-20s and everybody's calling you a vet, like you're long in the tooth. Takes a bit of getting used to, but thankfully, if you're not too locked up into the basketball, you understand you're not really a vet in the terms of life, just on the court.
Second quarter underway here this afternoon in New Plymouth. Andrew Wheeler bustling his way to the basket.
Well, Xavier Adam and Carlin Davidson actually a bit of a miscue defensively. Adams thought that the switch was going to be happening up top, and instead he doesn't, so he gets right in front. That extended arm, I mean, well sold by Xavier Adam there, but certainly a little bit of extracurricular activity from Andrew Wheeler.
Andrew Wheeler, that was like forcing your way through in the front door queue at a nightclub.
I mean, I think it got sold. I think it got sold a little bit. If you did that in the front of a nightclub, you're definitely not getting in, so don't try it out.
Burtonshaw just onto the court. Big basket for Dane Burtonshaw, although there's been a foul called.
The 3 counts, but then there's a foul on the rebounding active. So the shot was in the air when it went up. The triple does count, so it's 14-6 now. But the foul tally also counts. So it's not that big a loss for the Airs.
Nice way to start his day too, Dane Burtonshaw. Came in late, of course, with Mitch McCarron out as Ben Hall answers.
Well, nice to see Ben Hall get that triple to drop. Struggled a bit from the field in the NZNBL, so any shot that goes in is a helpful.
Oh, Davison makes it look so easy.
Well, he's on another level in this competition. Athletically, the rest of these guys cannot go with him. And let's see what he has here.
Foul called against Andrew Wheeler.
I thought Adam was going to go up with a left-hand lob. Instead gets that contact. That is a heck of a bleach blonde top he's got going on. Is there 2 different types of bleach in there to get the really blonde ones going?
I'm with you. I think you're right, and you are the king of the cuts at the moment around the NZNBL. Look at that.
Look at that. Highlights in that bad boy. That is feathery.
Ooh, feathery.
I mean, look at it. It's just floating around there. A light breeze would get it going like he's the main character in the movie.
I don't know whether to be worried sitting here next to you at the moment. 17-9 the score, just a minute into the second quarter. Sharks need to do some work. Here's Joseph Reefy. Great pass underneath the Ben Hall.
Well, good cut without the basketball. Bad job by the Airs defense. Everybody locked in on the ball. You got to see man and ball both.
Davison inside Carr.
Just a misdirection. He's looking out to the corner, so that's where all the defender's eyes went. But instead, he drops it down for Carr for that finish.
Davison is certainly making his presence felt right now. Webster. Ball. Wants to get moving to the basket. Good hand in there. Jake Carr on the drive now. Here he comes.
Well, good job by Carr to stay on a string with Davison as we see the triple go up from the corner, and it's missed. But Davison goes for that early steal. Carr had to make up, and his defense got the stop.
Reefy goes it alone, surrounded by Green. Davison settles it. Directs traffic. Uses the screen, does he? Out to the corner. Burtonshaw gets bodied. That'll be a foul on Quake Webster.
I like to see how Carlin Davidson uses these opportunities for minutes he gets in this league. He's expanding his skill set. You know, he's not just looking to try and get the ball in the bucket, but he's taking advantage when it's there. But you see how he's trying to look for his teammates, get for that extra dish. On that one, he gets that ball to the corner. Burtonshaw takes the contact. And because we are in the bonus, he will get a couple of attempts from the Chemist Warehouse.
I think the thing I really like, Casey, as well about Davison is he's getting around his teammates and talking to them, and the communication is great. He's leading, a pat on the back there, and constantly getting them up.
Not always easy for a young player to do when you're on the veteran squad in the NZNBL either. So it is an opportunity not to develop your skills, but also your skills off the court as a leader, not just what you're doing with the ball in hand.
You had a good chat with him before the game earlier today as well?
Yeah, I had a little chat with Carl. He's Mostly talking about hair because I like the braids. I'm a big fan.
Webster for three. Oh, nice shot, Quake Webster.
Well, good movement. Penetration leading to that defense collapsing before you get a go out. Great defense by Webster on the other end.
Good work for the Sharks. A purple patch. Back to 7 at the moment. Wheeler pulls it up. Here's Webster again. Why not?
Back
One
to
down.
back, let it fly.
Gets after it too. Puts some pressure on Quake Webster. Some real energy there for the Sharks.
A little over-aggressive with the hand, as we see Riwi in there as well. I believe the foul on Webster. A little over-aggressive on that miss. Got to find that fine line between bringing energy and bringing too much energy, because certainly not where you want to get a foul, an obvious foul there, all over the arm. Dislodges it, but illegally.
That puts Burtonshaw back to the Chemist Warehouse. That one goes down. 5 of 10 now from the coloured stripe. There's Joseph Reefy.
Which is an improvement after starting 1 for 5, so they've found a little bit of form there, although you couldn't tell by the 50% overall shooting.
Burtonshaw's up to 7 in the game. So this second quarter, he's dominating.
Putting his hand up for a little bit more playing time. Looks like he's got good size, good energy. The late inclusion into the lineup, taking advantage of it.
Yeah, what a way to take advantage as well. Here's Hall. Adam just flicks it out.
A lot of contact by Xavier Adam on that one, so knocks the ball out of bounds, but certainly makes it a bit tougher for the Sharks with 16 on the shot clock now.
1:28 left to play in the opening half here. Hope you're enjoying it. Sky Broadband Rapid League. 4x4 minute quarter. Big block, Davison.
Jiminy, leave some air on the ball there, young Carlin Davison.
Slapped it against the backboard, didn't he? Adam to the corner. Carr.
It is so hard to do what Carlin Davison just did. To be the primary on-ball defender as a guy's driving and time that on the block without fouling. Just such impressive, his level of athleticism.
Spiked it, didn't he? That'll be a turnover against the Sharks.
Well, a big lead coming in to the final minute of the first half. Both teams have taken 14 shots, slightly better. Taranaki 8 for 14 at 57%. Not bad for the Sharks at 43, but it's those free throw opportunities 11 times to the stripe for the Airs, still 0 for the Sharks.
Game high scorer Dane Burtonshaw with 7. Carr on the drive. Foul called here.
Yeah, and they eventually got Carr because he really did push Ben Hall well out of his place there. And it looked like he was going to get away with it, but eventually, as possession looked like it was getting settled, the whistle is blown.
Let's see what Carpia can do here. Pushes off Adam. Wheeler back into the action. Reefy nowhere to go. Sharks need something special here. Ben Hall waiting for it in the corner. Matariki Carpia hands it off to Cole. Can he keep it in? Slides in, he can't. Another turnover against the Sharks.
Decent hustle, but good activity by the Airs defensively. Sliding, moving their feet, defending with their chest, occasionally with the hand, but just enough not to get the whistle going. And you love to see that level of commitment on this end of the court by a young squad.
Some news for Sharks fans and Sharks viewers this afternoon. Incoming import, American guard, is currently traveling to New Zealand as we speak. Will be here for next week.
Well, can we get him here any quicker? Does the Concorde still work? Can we get supersonic flight?
Player time
what
out
can
here.
we do to get him here right now? But this is a player that's been talked about for a bit.
Yeah.
As we see that player timeout, but the way he's finished the season in Finland has been very impressive. Essentially, they thought they were going to get him about a month ago when a lot of these other imports from Finland joined the league. But
the team kept winning.
And the team kept winning because of his skill set, very much so. He had some big games and some elimination wins. Great for this team in Finland, not so great for the Sharks, who are waiting on his arrival.
Yeah, some exciting stuff coming to the Shark Tank. Keep an eye on that over the next few days. I'm sure there'll be an announcement. Late basket here, maybe Burtonshaw. What a quarter.
And a big smile on his face. Why not? As he drips up to 10 points on the afternoon, 2 for 3 from the field, 2 for 3 from deep. Getting it done. The only one for the Airs who is perfect from the free throw line as well. So we spoke about grabbing the opportunity when it comes, and he has done so with both hands.
And I'm pretty sure all 10 came in that second quarter. So Dane Burtonshaw making a name for himself here this afternoon in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. The Sharks with some work to do. Let's have a look at the highlights from the first half, and it's been dominated by the team in green.
Well, right off the tip, Xavier Adam to Quentin Bailey, up and above. Connor Cole came in with a nice touch, and we saw a little bit of range from players like Quake Webster, but the interior passing, the attacks on the glass by the Airs, found a lot of success. The shot blocking ability, Bailey with one. Love this move from Carlin Davison. He's got the ability to explode off of 2 feet and start those highlights. Some physical play from the Sharks in retribution was not enough to get this Air squad from finding the net over and over again. They're sitting on 26 points off some slick passes, some good cuts, and some fantastic energy throughout that first half.
So the Airs lead it by 12 at the half, and look at that, Carlin Davison, highlight reel, working overtime here this afternoon as always. Dane Burtonshaw, the star though, 10 points to the half. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats.
10 points in 4 minutes for Burtonshaw, by the way. Over the course of this game, that would be a 40-point Rapid League game, which would be amazing as we take a look at the field goals. The efficiency of the Airs stepped up in that last minute. A couple extra shots and one make, so they're now 56% from the field. Both teams at 40% from beyond the arc, but that's free throw discrepancy. That's the difference. 11 times to the stripe for the Airs. They have just made 6, but that 6 is enough to get them a big lead.
Plenty to like about the Sal's crossover this week. The large veggie pizza. Oh, how about this for Mother's Day this evening?
Well, I love Sal's, but I'm going to say if you get your mother Sal's for your birthday, you better be under the age of 10, because that gift will not be super appreciated. As much as I would love to push Sal's on everybody at all times, because I'm a big pizza fan.
I think I've just dubbed myself in, haven't I?
This will work. I picked this up at the gas station on the way home, love.
Sorry, guilty, okay? Guilty as charged. Second half underway, Sky Broadband Rapid League this afternoon. Sal's NBL not too far away. Airs and the Sharks today.
Back to Burtonshaw. They like the way he started. They're trying to get him back involved.
Well, why not? Here he goes again. Fires away. Actually copped a bit of a clip on the arm there.
I like that play. A lot of action. Him coming off multiple screens. Didn't quite fool Matariki Kaparia, though.
Andrew Wheeler. Pass.
Great pace in transition.
It's an optimistic pass, wasn't it? Here they come again, the team in green. Adam to settle it down. Like the way he controls things, Xavier Adam. Carr, nowhere to go. Has to pull up the vehicle, get it over to Nico Hill on the drive.
Well, good use of the shot fake. We saw multiple penetration activity there on that possession, forcing the Southland Sharks defense to rotate and scramble out of it. And on that final rotation, Nico Hill uses that up fake, gets one more attack on the rim, the contact, and back to the stripe, where the Airs have been spending a lot of time this arm.
Averaging 10 points a game in the Rapid League, Nico Hill.
Spent some time in the collegiate system over in the States, is back. Taranaki was trying to get him the last couple of years to join that bench when he's back over the summer break from college, but waited until that career's over, and now certainly dedicated to the Airs full time.
Margin at 14 now. Nice hand in the lane there. Burtonshaw forces the turnover.
Excellent minutes on both ends for Dane Burtonshaw. See if the Airs can't capitalize on the force. Just tipped it once. Hall tips it second. And there's a turnover. Lovely slow-mo camera work there.
Some good teachings there for youngsters. Hands in lanes defensively. Be active. Here's Hill. Uses the screen of Bailey. A lot of room here. Off he goes. In and out. Burtonshaw keeps it alive to Carr. Gets it back to Burtonshaw. Hands off. Bailey on. Cole gets up and meets him.
Well, what a block by Connor Cole. Thought he was a bit strong with the body, but excellent up high on the ball.
And Hall drains it back the other way. Have a look at this.
Oh, look at that. Across the body a bit. Bailey doesn't complain because it was clean up high. As we see Ben Hall finding the range from deep and keeping it close enough for the Sharks to have a chance.
Wheeler with the foul. That's going to put Nico Hill to the Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, Andrew Wheeler just on an island there. As Nico Hill had multiple attempts at that penetration, going spin move, and just one move too many on this spin. He got in with that little body check down low.
He's got 5 fouls to use, Andrew Wheeler, and he's doing his best.
He's going to use them.
There's 3 down for him.
You can't take them home. They don't fit in the overhead bin on the pairings, so you might as well just leave them here on the court.
If he steps out today in the Southland NBL, Andrew Wheeler, it'll be game number 100 for the vet. Another talking point today for the Sharks, Scotty Telfer, who's starting today, played 64 games for the Airs, of course, so he is well and truly in familiar territory. Bailey with the block now. Hill switches it out, good move. Nice hand in there, Reefy on Burtonshaw. Webster now hands it back to Reefy. Oh, how did he do that?
He might be a pool shark with English like that. Did not have the angle, but got the bucket.
Over the head, Joseph Reefy. Highlight for him. Margin back to 10. Here's Burtonshaw. Wheeler now. Can the Sharks get on a bit of a run here to close out the third quarter? Ben Hall quickly closed down. Connor Cole can hit from range. Not on this occasion.
And the Airs just need to settle things down a bit. Find a good offensive possession here with just over a minute left in the quarter.
Nico Hill does not hesitate to release.
I think the Sharks like that shot. Decently contested, and they like it coming back the other way as Ben Hall has found the range.
Yeah, hit a couple this quarter, hasn't he, Ben Hall? One of the leading scorers in the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
If the Sharks can string another stop together, they're in business.
Adam underneath, strong. Bailey tips it in.
Well done. Bailey doesn't get the first one, but the stick-to-itiveness is rewarded on the tip. Multiple defenders there, could not keep him from getting to the goal. Let it fly, Ben Hall.
He's up to 11 points, by the way.
Maybe a step closer.
30 seconds to play out in this third quarter. Sharks making a fist of it. Davison has sat for the quarter. Nice work, Ayres inside. Terrific work.
Well, we've seen the Airs do a lot of movement without the basketball. We've seen timely cuts. They're not leaving their teammates out on an island where there's effective defense there. That time the double comes to Quentin Bailey. And off the weak side, we had multiple cutters. Nico Hill from up top, the most visible. Bailey with a quick pass and nice attack. Back to the stripe he goes.
And just that experience of Quentin Bailey as well. There he is, the local farmer. He has played around the country, collegiate career, of course, has spent time in Canterbury and the Hawks, and now back home with the Airs.
And a solid player. I mean, what he brings them inside. He had some huge games last year. Certainly, I think, a more confident player as he becomes more of a veteran, but his mix of size and strength and effort, something the Airs certainly value.
Something late for the Sharks here. Maybe Webster. No, get after it, Ben Hall. Well, that is just opportunistic, Ben Hall, and he is up to 13, three-quarter time, and the Sharks are just hanging in there at the moment, Case.
Well, they're staying within touch distance. They're down 9, but they're not out of it, and it's because of the effort, the little plays. We're seeing a more sustained effort in those areas, and that extra activity that has been so important for the Sharks to get over this, out of this hole that they're in at 0-8. If they don't start finding more activity like that, it's going to be a long season, but promising signs in the Rapid League today.
Round 7 winners in the Sky Broadband Rapid League thus far. The Nuggets over the Phi, the Rams against the Airs, the Bulls against the Sharks, the Nuggets by 2 over the Hawks, and the Tuatara took down the Jets last night.
Just taking a look at the stats, this is, for the most part, a very evenly matched game. Both teams 10 for 23 from the field at 43%. The Sharks have actually made 2 more threes than the Airs and shot 1 more. That's 4 threes to make, so to 2 makes. On the rebound side, 16-13, not a lot of misses in there. Both teams have 8 assists and 9 assists for the Sharks, 8 for the Taranaki. But you look at 2 categories that are big differences right now. Turnovers, where the Sharks have 6 to just 1 for the Airs, and free throws. Fouling, 17 free throw attempts for the Airs, 11 makes, still 0 trips to the Chemist Warehouse for the Sharks.
Connor Cole and Ben Hall are the 2 that can get this thing up and going for the Sharks. Connor Cole has been a leader in this team through the season, over 10 points a game. Sitting on 4 at the moment.
Sorry, Justin, but I don't want to see the Sharks hunt 3-point shots right now. I'd like to see some more rim attacks as we see an unfortunate travel there. Nice job by the Airs to extend that defense as we see turnover number 7 being committed.
Last quarter underway. Xavier Adam, again, taking the reins of this team. Searching for their 5th win of the season. 4-4 at the moment in the Rapid League. The Taranaki Airs. Adam skipping to the basket over Connor Cole. It's a tough shot. Carpia down with it. God, nice hand in from Adam. They get it back.
Good transition defense there. Scrambled back. Another turnover there for the Sharks. That's number 8.
And still no Carlin Davison, so maybe just some first quarter action for him. Nice basket. There's Burton Shaw again.
You're probably not going to bring him back at this point. The game pretty much under control by the Airs unless we get a barrage of 3-point shots late from the Sharks. We just have not been able to get those consistent looks at the offensive end here in the second half.
Margin back out to 12. Wheeler, skip pass out to Carpia. Up over the top, good finish.
Good use of the jab step as Nico Hill closed out on him. Faked baseline, froze him defensively to get that paint attack, and then finishes with the soft touch.
2:45 to play. Been an exciting competition so far, the Rapid League. Players and teams are used to this new innovation now. Of course, there's prize money up for grabs as well. Something that's pleasing the Giants at the moment. Morgan Trott skipping to the basket.
A nice pass, Nico Hill uses a no-look to confuse the defenders and ends up getting Trott that easy bucket.
Do you think Mike Fitchett at the Giants has noted down that there is prize money in the Sky Broadband Rapid League once or twice?
I'm sure he has. I'm not sure we revealed that publicly, Justin. You keep talking about things that we don't. Now I have to write a press release. Can you stop doing these things publicly to give me more work?
Tomorrow morning.
Yes, that is when my 9 to 5 starts. Unfortunately, with little tidbits like that, it's going to make me last long into the night.
That's what we like to see. Casey Frank working hard. Great pass. Nico Hill with the finish.
Well, excellent execution for the Airs. Really sharp on this end. Definitive cuts. Straight lines with speed. Coming off screens. There we see a nice pass by Carr. Displaying a soft touch on the pass despite being of an able frame. He's thick with 2 C's, especially in the shoulders.
41-28. Couple of minutes to play. It's going to be a victory for the Airs this afternoon. Got so many card jokes as well.
Nice.
Just can't get them all out. Connor Cole off the glass.
Kind of cool. Displaying that soft touch. He's found some consistent offense. Just probably hasn't had the ball in hand enough for him.
Here he is, Carr handing it off to Burton Shaw. Wheeler on the move, tough pass, good hand, Burton Shaw. Just got the deflection. Foul there.
He went down hard.
Carpia.
Nothing untoward in the foul, but just was a little bit off balance on that attack, and he came down hard on the lower back. I'm guessing he's going to be okay.
Just think he's winded himself here.
Well, I don't know about wind. That's more like a coccyx.
Ooh.
Did the head snap back, but the head didn't hit the floor. I had a good angle on that one, but quite the jolt to the back there. The vertebrae don't always like being compressed like that.
Good to see Matariki Carpia back to his feet. He may be subbed off here just to have a check. Sharks coaching staff just looking on at the moment.
Yeah, there will be a sub for the shooter once this shots are up. Don't take the free throws away, though.
Carpia, 4.5 points a game in the Rapid League. Has also been carving out some minutes in the NZNBL as well, Casey. So he's a young man out of the Hutt Valley, 22 years of age.
Sharks looking for contributors at that level. I'll be trying everybody. You want to run? Maybe you can be an improvement. You never know.
Makes the second from the Chemist Warehouse, takes a seat now.
He came over with a bit of a grimace, but more of a grin. So it should be okay.
There he is on the sidelines, looking okay, which is good news. Matariki Carpia. He'll get himself geared up for today's NZNBL game, coming your way live from 3 here in New Plymouth. The still formers Taranaki Airs up against the Southland Sharks. Just over a minute to play in the Rapid League here this afternoon as the Airs continue to look for more points.
Well, what could the Sharks do? Can we get a triple here? Make it interesting? Give themselves a chance?
Wheeler. Pass cut off, Nico Hill.
Yeah, not much of an angle on that backdoor cut. Probably needed to dribble that. Instead, a steal. Turnover number 9.
Has to pull the brakes up. Trot. Shot clock counting down. Carr's going to have to fire up the V8 engine. Look at that. In and out.
I thought that might have got blocked a little bit as well. Heard a little bit of finger on that ball, but still looked good leaving the hand.
More to the point, that's about 6 car jokes I've come up with, and you've shown me no love, Casey Frank, at all.
Giving nothing for you. You got to come on a bucket.
Dear, oh dear.
Hey, first of all, if you keep asking for things, you're never going to get adjusted.
I know
you have
that.
to let them come for you.
I know that, by the way. 41-33, 28.5 to play. It is a tough crowd here today, no question. Wait, Webster, nice handles. Carr, seized underneath.
Well, the call from the bench was no foul. I think they got something mixed in translation there and went for the instant foul. Let's see if the Airs, they'll try and finish this with one strong bucket. 4th foul there.
What are your thoughts ahead of today's NZNBL game, Casey? The Airs and the Sharks both coming off a loss. The Sharks are coming off a string of them, but the Airs back from that game with the Rams.
I expect the Airs to bounce back. You know, certainly they've got a winnable game today, but I just would love to see an improved effort from the Sharks. To just go out there with a bit of hustle and that muscle and try and get something going right as we see the foul on Nico Hill on the drive. But just to go out leaving that game, regardless of the result, for that team to feel good about the effort they put into it, I think is the most important thing. And you can do that with physicality. You can do that with being better connected, a lot more talk, bringing together on those huddles, just showing a more connected team to get some steps in the right direction.
Nico Hill converts the first from the Chemist Warehouse.
He's up into double digits now.
10 for him. Burtonshaw has 13. Second one in and out. Player timeout called by Connor Cole. Sharks will bring it forward. Of course, every point counts. We know that.
Just a 3.6, so it's going to have to be something quick. Something possibly on the rim. Maybe something from beyond the arc.
Game high scorer in this one this afternoon. Ben Hall for the Sharks with 15 points, continuing his wonderful season. Let's see what the Sharks can do here late. Probably not so much about their percentage, points for and against, but certainly can hurt the Airs a little bit. Skip pass, Quake Webster has to fire away for 3. That won't go down, and that'll do us. So Sky Broadband Rapid League done and won. Taranaki Airs get the win, 42-33. Their 5th win of the season. 5-4 they move to. Sharks at 2-8 in this competition. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. Gee, didn't the Airs get to the Chemist Warehouse stripe a few times? 20 times in the game. Quite remarkable. Turnovers costly for the Sharks as well. And there's those 13 fouls. So a good win for the Airs. Dane Burtonshaw was a star. His second quarter in particular, 10 points. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Well, Dane, big performance for you, and a bit surprising. You weren't in the lineup originally today. Mitch McCarron goes out, you came in. What was the mindset coming into an unexpected opportunity?
Just coming in and just showing what I can do and just help the brothers, you know, stay prepared and just be there.
And so for you, offensively, a bit of an explosion, 10 points in the game, all those in the second quarter. Were the opportunities just coming to you and that's the type of player you are, or was it something a little bit extra? Because I saw a couple plays get run for you after that.
You know, just the brothers having my back, you know, having faith that I can make those shots and just going out there and have belief in myself.
And overall in the Rapid League, your experience with this year, what's it been like for players such as yourself who haven't had as much opportunity in the NZNBL to get those runs up here in the Rapid League? I'm
enjoying it, you know, myself and the brothers, you know, we're getting that feel for the ball and just this type of experience.
Appreciate the time, Dan. Good luck going forward.
So good win for the Airs. They've started Mother's Day in style as the crowd continues to roll in here. Sunday afternoon hoops, and the Sal's NBL isn't too far away. The Airs coming off that loss against the Rams on Thursday night. That thriller, down by 3 points. The Sharks, well, they had a tough outing, didn't they, against the Bulls, as they still search for their first win of the season.
Hopefully don't have to search for too much longer, unless you're an Airs fan, because they want that search to continue. And I guarantee you, every team in this competition does not want to be the one who makes that O go away.
And there's still plenty more to come in the Rapid League and the Sellers NBL later this afternoon, and this evening the Saints and the Giants in the capital. What a game.
Always a good one when you cross the Cook Strait. What happens between those teams? The Giants hurting a little bit, see if they can't get into this Saints squad that has been so dependent on transition.
Yeah, Saints leading the way at the moment, aren't they, up on top of the ladder. The kids are in town, they're ready to go. There's Dad, I'm sure Mum isn't too far away as well. In fact, that may be the Mother's Day gift right there. Take the kids out.
Best one you can give. Time. Give me time.
Sellers NBL is still to come your way. We've got some highlights coming your way after the break, and then we're back here for the Airs and the Sharks. Sunday afternoon hoops.
I'm still hustling, homie, but I switch lanes. Now these boys are chilling in my blind spot. I don't look over my shoulders, I'm self-tacked. I don't run from nobody, I face them and walk. Don't really ask what it costs when you getting guap. Don't chase money, make money. I'm a hustler, and you're not a fanboy, you're a customer. Never stand in another man's shadow. Blaze my own trail, I'm not...
Well, what a game that was done in Canterbury. Got a question. Wow. The boys are just on fire. Amanda just got each down. Hey, later, take off. The Southland shot. Another. She's trying to put up. Keys down here, the Southland shot. Coming up with no wins at the moment. Hey, a good chance. Another the support that we've got. Here's Taranaki. We got down. There's no one. So Taranaki, you say hey. Taranaki. When I say Taranaki, you say hey. Taranaki. Good up here, Taranaki. Good to see ya. Come on. Come on in. Oh, yeah. No matter how I keep it quiet on Taranaki here. We are so good to be here. Everyone will say, yes, we are playing. Humphrey, you are the rock on the final. You are where it is. I tell you what, it's all the places I need you be here. Taranaki is. Give us a runaway. Give me a runaway. This is my runaway. Down here, down in the front by the beach. Give us a runaway. Oh, you all people like, what the hell of a runaway? This one was saying, give us a runaway. We just came out. Give us a runaway. Oh my God. Give us a runaway. Give it. It's good to see. Yeah. Yes, bro. Lift the ball. There it is. Give us a runaway. Come on. Yeah. Put up. Yeah. Nice. There he is. Is that number one supporter?
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Back to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got.
Kia ora, nau mai, hara mai, hello and welcome. This Sunday afternoon hoops in the Cells NBL from New Plymouth. The Airs and the Sharks, the crowd filing in. And of course, happy Mother's Day. Casey Frank joins me in commentary for this one today. Happy Mother's Day, Casey.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody, especially a mother that's at home with my 2 kids when I'm out here. I appreciate it, babe. I love you.
Very well said. Great to see all of the mums out and about, and the kids, of course, here for this afternoon's game. The Airs and the Sharks. Live poll. Love this, mixandpick.com. You, the viewers at home, there's some pizzas up for grabs, and at the moment, it's all the Airs.
Well, it's not all the Airs. There's 6% there that are thinking the Sharks, and I gotta say, we may need to check some medication to make sure that everything going good, because based on what we've seen this season, that is higher than I would have expected.
It is very, very high. Come on, Orange Army, the Shark Tank get voting, and some MVP votes a little bit later on today as well. Round 7, Cells NBL. It's been interesting. It's been fun. Let's have a look at what's unfolded thus far. And the Fi started it all off, Casey, with a bit of an upset.
Well, if the Fi can get an upset in that one earlier with one of their imports, certainly the Sharks can be able off. A fantastic game between the Rams and the Airs. So the Rams were able to hold on to defend Cal Stadium. The Bulls tidied up the Sharks later in the weekend. And a great game between the Hawks and the Nuggets, back and forth all the way. What a high-scoring affair that was for the Hawks win.
Hawkies. Keep an eye on them. Tuatara big winners last night over the Jets. Saints and Giants still to come later today from the capital. The all-important Cells NBL ladder. This is how it sits at the moment. Tuatara moving up. The Airs and the Sharks 0-9. What a win would mean to them this afternoon.
A win would be great for them, but more than anything, it's about improved effort. They just want to start taking some steps in the right direction.
So they got a fair bit to do, haven't they, the Sharks? They do have an import coming in, though, from all reports, on the way to New Zealand as we speak, an import guard.
And somebody they've been waiting on for a while, thought they could get him earlier, so certainly any influx of talent's going to help. But can he get on the plane now? Can he get here right now?
Be a quick flight. Be a really quick flight. Let's have a look at the Sharks starters for this one this afternoon. Alonzo Burton, the captain, of course. Braden Inga, Caleb Asprey. Scotty Telfer gets the start. Played 64 games for the Airs. Callum McRae, the big centre, out there as well. What about the captain, Alonzo Burton? If he can come out firing this afternoon, it'll be just what the Sharks need.
Well, his shooting infusion has certainly helped the Sharks in the few weeks since he's been back. But if he can catch on one from deep, and 5, 6, 7 bombs, then maybe the Sharks might have a chance.
He can certainly light it up, can't he? One of the best shooters in the competition. You caught up with him before this afternoon's game. Let's go and have a chat with Alonzo Burton.
Well, Zoe, coming into this game, the Sharks still in search of their first win of the season. From your own point of view, what are the things that the Sharks need to improve upon to get a better performance and get closer to getting that elusive first win?
Yeah, I think for us, it's definitely the defensive transition. The other night against Franklin, we allowed way too many points in the paint and fast break. So just a little bit of energy, effort from the team, and we've addressed it and been a little bit more physical, like not just allowing our players to get by us and letting them get layups. It's going to be a long night against any team in this league if we just allow open layups. So we talked about it, we addressed it, and hopefully we have a better effort on that end.
And then coming into today's game against the Airs, a very talented team, a lot of weapons, even though they're not at full strength with Mitch McCarron out. What do the Sharks hope to limit in terms of what they're trying to do offensively to give the Southland team a better chance of winning today?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, very talented team. And for them, I guess, Mitch McCarron's probably their engine along with Sam Froling. So probably just making it as tough as possible for those guys. Shooting-wise, maybe keeping them out of the paint. And just being physical and having, like I said before, just having an effort. It's more about us and what we want to achieve tonight as opposed to the Airs. No disrespect to the Airs, but it's more about us with how our season's going at the moment. Yeah.
Well, they went down to the Bulls by 34 on Friday night, the Sharks. Can they bounce back today? The Airs are also coming off a loss. Went down to the Rams, of course, on Thursday night by 3 points in a thriller. This is how they'll start today.
Yeah, Daron Ruakawa steps into the starting lineup for Mitch McCarron, and one of the few teams that has a backup that's capable of living things. Flynn Cameron's been excellent. Tobias Cameron, the brothers in the starting lineup. Elijah Minnie, haven't seen a ton from him because they haven't needed it. And Sam Froling, MVP quality season up to this point of the year.
Well, this man right here, Daron Ruakawa, he was a star with the Airs, of course, back at the 2020 Showdown. One of the very, very best players in that competition. As you said, he comes in, he'll play starters minutes here today, and he'll be right in the thick of it.
And coming off the New Zealand Guard of the Year just a season ago, an embarrassment of riches at times for the Airs. How can they capitalize on it today?
Well, let's catch up and have a chat now with Daron Ruakawa.
Well, Daron, coming in today's game, a bit of a surprise, no Mitch McCarron. That means you step up into the starting lineup. You've been the sixth man for most of this season. How does your mindset change when you have to go from one role to the other into the starting lineup?
Oh, I mean, it just moves the minutes forward, really. Same sort of mindset, aggressive, you know, get the team involved with Mitch out. I mean, you need to fill that sort of point guard role. So, yeah, just come in with that mindset and try and get everyone involved and get the team going.
And coming up against the Southland Sharks, who are in the middle of a disappointing year, as a team at the top of the table who's playing good basketball right now, even though maybe not their best yet, but certainly playing at a higher level than the Sharks, how do you guys come into this game and stay motivated, stay prepped, and don't fall into a trap such as the Otago Nuggets did earlier this week against the Fi?
Yeah. Look, it's just about us. I mean, you know, don't let us be the first team they beat, you know, so just keep that high level of attacking, defensiveness, what we've been working on in our training this week, and just, you know, stay at our level, you know, so just keep playing that good brand of basketball.
Okay, so let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head, and at the moment, that left side of the screen looks pretty good.
Well, 4 players averaging over 13 points per game, and you can see why at 89. Just one for the Sharks, and you can see why they're at 72 points per game, which is worse than the competition in terms of offense. Points against the Airs, not quite where they want to be, but the Sharks certainly giving up over 20 points per game more than they score. That's a problem, and you can tell it all comes down to efficiency. The Sharks not finding the good shots they need and hitting them with enough frequency, where the Airs, great shots all over the court, and a lot of guys that when everything else breaks down, they can just give them the ball and let them go to work.
Official stats partner of the Sellers NBL, Chemist Warehouse, Guy Malloy and Sam McKinnon, the opposing coaches here. 2 Australians, of course, been around the basketball scenes for many, many years. They're about to lock horns in New Plymouth on Mother's Day.
Yeah, you got to come a long way to fight an Australian. Coming over this way, let's take a look at the coin officials. Marty Davidson, Regan Ashley, and Brad Clive will be the whistle puffers today.
Well, Guy Malloy, what would the message be right now? His team's searching for their first win, coming off a big loss on Friday night to the Bulls. What's the message here, Case?
We need to be better. And what can you do individually to make this team better today? Can you be a better teammate? Can you give your teammate a water bottle? Can you pat him on the back? Can you see a defensive rotation from the bench? When you're on the court, can you run faster? Is there anything left of yourself to give to this team? Because if you're coming off the court with something left, you haven't done your job. Today, just leave every ounce of it. Just don't go quietly. Don't leave this court wondering if I could have done this, if I could have done that. Just do it all and go home feeling good about yourself, win, lose, or draw.
And we heard from Alonzo Burton. It's not about them, it's about us. Here's the poll as it sits going into this one. Look out for the MVP poll a little bit later on through the game. QR code right there, some pizzas up for grabs, and it's all about the Airs.
Well, not surprising, but there was a poll much like this when the Fi defeated the Otago Nuggets early in the week with an upset, maybe not at the same degree as an upset of this would be, but this Sharks team, I look out on the court right now, they got 3 excellent shooters in Telfer, Inger, and Burton. They got Cal McRae out there who can certainly facilitate. Can't see if you can't get hot from 3 and give yourself some confidence going into the second quarter.
You tipping a Mother's Day upset in Taranaki today?
Oh no, I am not.
Set to go here.
I'm hopeful. I want to see a good game. Let's see a good game, but unfortunately, logic is the enemy of hope in this case.
And there's plenty of logic in the way you're thinking. Marty Davidson, coin official, to get us underway. The Airs and the Sharks. Happy Mother's Day. Strap yourselves in. Hope you enjoy this one. We are underway. Loose ball. That may have come off Flynn Cameron, although...
No, that was Scotty Telfer all the way, tipped it off.
There you go. Rightio. You had a nice, clean view of that. As we said, Scotty Telfer back in familiar territory. 64 games with the Airs. Not sure that he missed one through that 3-year stretch either.
It's always good to be an Iron Man. Straight to Sam Froling in the post.
Getting busy, as he always does. Left that one short against McRae.
And we saw the size of Lachlan Olbrook give Sam Froling some trouble earlier this week. And it wasn't just him, it was help has to come. Good job by McRae there, but he can't be expected to do it one-on-one all day long.
Mouse in the house, size mismatch. Minnie comes in and says, no mouse here.
Great recognition by Minnie, good help. Solid job by Cameron to make it tough, but without the help, that's a bucket.
Flynn Cameron throwing now. Inga to beat, spins inside him, up off the glass for 2.
Just nice delivery by Flynn Cameron, really patient. And if you give Sam Froling the ball that deep on a catch, it's going to be a bucket against anybody but Cal McRae.
23 points, 12 rebounds a game for the Australian. Sam Froling, turnover. Not what the Sharks need. Odokawa dumps it off, Froling, too easy.
Oh, I love that run by Sam Froling. He was under the basket. That ball goes out, and he just beats his opponent down the floor. The Sharks have to be on a string defensively in the turnover situation and do a better job in transition defense.
Nice rim running from Sam Froling. We'll see a bit of that this afternoon. Here's Burton, the captain, step back. Leaves it short on the iron.
Well, not a lot of paint penetration early. Had that Cal McRae post up and the turnover on that pass earlier. Like to see the Sharks just try and bend this Airs defense a bit more.
Carlin Davison coming off the bench for the Airs. Markel Lotz off the pine for the Sharks. Minnie.
Oh, he uses the shot fake very nicely to get Inga up in the air. And then on the rim attack, McRae does well to contest, but not well enough to force the miss.
Sharks coach Guy Malloy up, encouraging his team. Maybe something from Inga here, a little bit too deep.
Just not a lot of clean looks and just feeling it's like a little bit forced. You can already see the Sharks can feel that lead getting on top of them. They have to stay within the game plan early.
Froling, busy inside the paint, twisting back, up over McRae. He's up to 4. He's up to 6.
Yeah, you love that kind of patience in the post. Sam Froling earlier in the post up, first touch of the game, couldn't get it off, but that time a little more patient, gets it back to the left hand for the finish.
Sharks searching for their first points. Inga again deep, McRae battling on the boards. In swoops Cameron.
Decent looks for Inga. I've seen him hit 7 triples, I believe, in this building before, but he needs to find that form to give the Sharks a little bit of hope.
Minnie gets Inga off the floor. Telfer reaching in with the foul.
And the 8-0 start is exactly what you don't want if you're a Sharks player. When you're in a losing streak like this, you can feel it on top of you. And when things start to go wrong, as we see the foul underneath the basket, they continue to go wrong. All you're looking for is just something to go right. A little spark here, a little spark there. Sending Elijah Minnie to the line for the chance to go down 10-0 is the exact opposite of what you're hoping for. They just need to see that ball go through the net and have a little bit of positivity go their way. So Markel Lotz is coming in the game to try and make that happen.
This just looked like a lazy foul as well on Scotty Telfer. Reaching, not sliding the feet across defensively.
Markel Lotz mistook us for the scorekeepers there for a minute there, so tried to sub into the game. I said, I got you, brother.
I saw him looking at you.
But I'm not in charge.
I saw him saying, hey, can I sub in? You said, sure no problems.
How about Inga to the bench early.
9-zip, what a start for the Airs. Asprey, been with the team for a few weeks now, puts it down to Lotz, who's just stepped on and finishes. Put that down.
A nice, simple action, just to up cross screen, getting Markel Lotz a little bit of space, but some explosiveness from him with the ball in hand. Like to see that bouncy attack on the rim.
And maybe coming off the bench is just a message to him to get out there and deliver something. Odokawa, nice hand on it.
We'll tell for excellent defender, finds it in. Now he gets it in transition as well. That's going to count.
That will count. So, some glimpses, some sparks.
There's the energy. You get that dunk, all of a sudden somebody's a little bit bouncy. Telfer with an excellent contest defensively, closes that a long way, gets the block, leaks out in transition, easy buckets. And now, some positivity. Can they get some momentum out of it?
In for the fight. Good patch of play for the Sharks. Cameron. Bailey's onto the floor now, sets the screen. Cameron, Telfer all over him. Over the top, great look, great basket.
Just class, all class. Change of direction, the step back to create that space. Telfer got the block last time, but the contest has no effect on the jumper this time around.
He's a young star, isn't he, Casey? Flynn Cameron. Lots. Bailey, nice hand. McRae on the putback once, twice.
Big fella on the glass, that's where you need to be. Decent shot from Markel Lots, but better offensive attack on the boards to get the second chance opportunity.
And 3 baskets, last 3 times down the floor for the Sharks. Tobias Cameron into the action, battling away on the putback.
And we're seeing a bit more transition from the Sharks than we've seen as of late. I like that they're trying to get some easy buckets with those leak outs and put pressure on Taranaki's defensive transition.
Asprey, what can he do this afternoon? The Sharks would love a big one out of him. I'll tell you what, Telfer loves the corners here in New Plymouth. Burton, and here we go. All of a sudden, 4 baskets in a row.
He found some space. Well done there by Zoe Burton. Great look from Telfer in the corner, but good job by the Sharks not to give up on the play, stayed active on the glass to get that bucket.
Back to 3. Burton slaps it away, Froling. Cameron all the time in the world, and you can't give him that much.
Well, we're seeing that the Airs want the ticky-tack foul. You're not going to get that. In a game like this, when you're this much better, you're not going to get the soft ones. You have to go with the tacks, but Froling did well to keep that second chance going.
Good strip. Froling will finish. Flynn Cameron with the work down the other end.
Well, turnovers are just death to the Sharks right now. They have to get shots up. Every time they let this Airs team get in transition offense, it's going to be finished at a high percentage rate.
MVP, QR code up already. Sam Froling would be in the frame for the early votes. Started well here today. That's a tough look for Scotty Telfer. Here comes Flynn Cameron. Froling won't be able to handle that. He's got 8.
Flynn Cameron, I think, held on to that one just a shade long. Thought he had the angle for Quentin Bailey on the run. When he didn't make that decision, it became a tougher choice. And tried to force that into Sam Froling, trying to reward the big fella for running. Unfortunately, ends up in a turnover, and Sam Froling cannot add to his 8-point total early.
Saints and Giants still to come later today. All of the action live on Sky Sport as the Molten gets a wipe down. Giants a chance today, Case? Yes or no?
I think yes.
Yes.
Especially in that matchup, you know, you can often, between Nelson and Wellington, you can quite often throw the records out. I do think it's going to be a struggle for them to compete with the Saints' space, what they do in transition, but without Hiram Harris, that really shifts the gravity of what they can do offensively, especially in the half court.
Big doubleheader in the Southland NBL on Mother's Day. Here's McRae, wants to give it off. Now he bustles down low, body to body with Froling. Sends it up himself. Just Carlin Davison pulled the net there.
He had the hand in the net. He's pretty fortunate not to have that called basket interference.
Davison hands it off. Rakawa loves a 3.
Just a misread of the personnel there. We saw Markel Lots just want to go with the switch, but when he went underneath, that gave Rukawa way too much space for the triple.
He's one of the best, isn't he, Daron? 29 years of age, enjoying another stint here with the Airs. Telfer, tough.
Good energy from Telfer. It's good, aggressive on the basket early in this one, just what the Sharks need, some scoring explosion.
Davison, his first chance to take a look, and a nice little hand in there from Zoe Burton. His defense has been good so far today.
It just stays in between Davison and the basket there. Davison, I think, a little bit deliberate with that move. Want to see him be a bit more aggressive in a straight line when he's got that kind of size and athleticism advantage. When he went to the step back and enabled Zoe Burton to get those quick hands in there.
Threw down a dunk and a big block in the Sky broadband game earlier today. There's a finish there for Quentin Bailey.
Good interior passing. Sam Froling drove 2 defenders there, leaving Bailey open, and he makes the unselfish play for the easy finish.
Team merch online. Get onto it. There's the QR code. What's your favorite strip this season, Casey Frank?
You know, off the top of my head, it's tough to remember. I will go, I'm going to go with the Giants. I like the classics they've got this year.
Yeah, like it.
See that bucket there?
Alonzo Burton with the 2, battling hard. Like the way he started today, the captain. Margin at 9. This is the man they need to stop. Froling. Bailey, gee, you need to close him out. He can score from deep. Look at that, Nico Hill.
Yeah, he started the Rapid League game earlier with double-digit points and shows the energy here off the bench in the Southland NBL with the offensive rebound putback.
Matariki Kapia
halfway down. Those are the kind of shots the Sharks would desperately love to see drop.
Good to see him out there as well. Copped a heavy knock, a heavy fall, in fact, in the Rapid League earlier today.
A good strong foul there by Lotz. But just enabling Sam Froling to turn that corner when the defense was passed off from McRae to Lotz, and not enough communication. Froling then just accelerates right into the finish. Lotz in no position to defend without fouling.
He's a handful, isn't he, Sam Froling?
Well, he's so talented. I think there's still some space for him to go on the perimeter because he does have a nice soft touch. At time, I think in the NBL in Australia, he was over 50% from the floor in limited shots. He's taken some more shots from out there, but still really prefers to get to the rim. I think once he finds that mid-range, more confidence in that jump shot, it's going to be just about impossible to guard as he misses 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, don't often see that from Sam Froling. Just under a 70% shooter from the Chemist Warehouse.
And we're just going to get a reset on the clock.
Froling will take a break. There's Elijah Minnie about to step back out. Froling in line for the Boomers at the Paris Olympics. Your thoughts?
Oh, I mean, it's just tough to be a big on that team. You look at the NBA talent they have: Duop Reith, Jock Landale, Jack White on the outside of that. Not to mention guys I think who don't get their due because they don't play in Australia, they're not in the NBA. Guys like Brock Mottram.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of talent at the big spot. Certainly.
Nick Kay.
Nick Kay is a guy who's done it, and he's a guy Gorge and trust. So it's certainly one of the tougher positions to make on that squad when you're a big fella. But he's a talented guy, and I wouldn't say put it against him.
Here's Lotz now.
Oh, no, down with an injury is Nico Hill.
That looks like Nico Hill. It is. So it looked like a slip. Just need to look at this again if we can. It definitely looked like he came charging in.
I mean, that's a heck of a bounce back.
There's the slip. There you go.
Yeah, you never like to feel that. And what happens when that goes is, as much as anything, it's the fear of what your knee might have just done. You're not quite sure, but excellent to see him bounce back quickly.
Just stretching it out down the other end of the floor at the moment.
I mean, maybe ask for a sub there. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a break.
Davison, deep 2, that's well shot. Here is Nico Hill. He is back and going.
No sub needed. I'm getting offensive rebounds.
Hands it over to Flynn Cameron.
Well, those second chance opportunities deadly against the Airs. They play with great efficiency offensively, shooting 61% from the field today. But those second chance one, it even ups from that high level.
Asprey to Lotz. Nico Hill involved again. Lotz, back-to-back baskets for him.
Too strong there. Nico Hill mismatch. Tried to sell the charge, but the refs weren't buying it, and I'm glad as Lotz finishes with some strength.
Late in the first, Airs by 10. Minnie, nowhere to go. Big Cal was waiting for him. Now he'll look to fire over the top from the corner. Steps back. Deep shot, deep 3. Elijah Minnie.
Well, very patient offensively. Didn't force it inside and liked the matchup better on the perimeter. McRae has the hand up, which is good, but not good enough as he lined it up that triple.
There's 4 of 6 from downtown in this opening quarter. Sharks 0 of 4.
And actually as good from deep as they are from inside right now. 4 of 6 from deep, then they're 8 from 13, so slightly better from beyond the arc. 63% overall, 67% from 3, but just 25% from the free throw line.
Here's winning the rebounds, 11-9 as well. Chemist Warehouse stats. Telfer, a little deep on that. Asprey will keep it alive. The Sharks point guard. Back to Lotz. He's come up good the last couple of times. Made to work for it and does work for it.
Well, when you're Flynn Cameron, that feels like a win. You got the size mismatch, giving up a lot. You kept him from going to the bucket instead the step back, but that's a skillful shot that if he's going to hit, you're probably going to live with.
Sharks hanging in. Ayres coming out punching this afternoon. Minnie, a little bit of a travel there. Kicked up by the coin officials.
I just wanted an extra step. Can't you give us an extra step on Mother's Day?
What have you made of Elijah Minnie's season so far?
I think he's a really talented player. I just think it's tough to eat a lot on this team. There's so many mouths to feed. When they've needed him, he's been there at times, but we probably haven't seen the full breadth of his skill set because of the way this team is built.
Late chance for the Sharks. Asprey sends it to the corner. Inga, that won't go down. And the opening quarter, run and done on Mother's Day in the Sal's NBL. And it's the Taranaki Airs leading the way over the Southland Sharks. 29-18, 1 quarter down. Quick break, back with the second after this. No way, Hockey Maya, welcome back to New Plymouth this afternoon. Round 7 action in the Sal's NBL. An eventful opening 10 minutes. The Airs leading by 11, 29-18. Let's head down to the sidelines. Good enough to join us in the thick of the action this afternoon, coach of the Southland Sharks, Guy Malloy. Guy, thanks for your time as always. What did you make of the opening quarter, good and bad?
Well, we're clearly lacking conviction and decisiveness, communication with our defensive play. So too many easy baskets, second shots. We need to talk better and execute better. It's been a season-long issue that we're trying to build.
When you're in the midst of a tough losing streak like this and you're looking for positive to build on, what have been the positives for the Sharks up to this point in the season that you can say this is a building block? If we keep doing more of this, we're going to start to see some strides in the right direction?
Yeah, it's a good question, Casey. Like we're trying to build longer patches of play, put good possessions together. So we're trying to measure things with, such as consecutive stops, you know, good quality shots that we want, but yeah, to find those successes to help our confidence, I think, but it has been a struggle.
And Guy, I've met your wonderful mum a few times over the years. Happy Mother's Day to her. Hope she's well.
Good on you, Justin. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Guy. Always good for our coaches, giving us their time in the heat of battle.
You know, especially when you're a coach in the midst of a losing streak, you do not want to talk to anybody that's from the media, much less in the middle of a game when things, you can see that things aren't going exactly the way they should be. But what I do see for the Sharks team right now is a step in the right direction. This is much better energy than we saw against Franklin just this week. And if they can continue to capitalize on that energy with some more talent coming in, I have no doubt they'll be getting a dub soon.
Telfo drive, turnaround, left it short. Davison rebound. Here comes the team in black. Minnie hands it back, looking for Davison. Idea was right.
Well, the idea was right, but the execution was wrong. You needed, if you wanted to get that pass to him, I think another half step and a lob up high to Davison, because that's where he wants to finish. The pocket pass with speed, difficult to handle.
Asprey off the bottom of the backboard. Froling comes up with it. Chemist Warehouse stats, Casey. Sam Froling so far this afternoon.
Putting it together once again, 8 points on 4 for 6 shooting. He's got 3 rebounds now. He's got 3 assists as well, and a block. That block area is probably the one area that he hasn't had as much of an effect on the defensive strategy as I thought he would. But he is just a load, and good to see him bouncing back early from by his standards, one of his poorer performances in the season.
I want to ask you about his performance against Lockie Ulbricht from the Rams. Hold that thought for a moment. As the Airs look to reset here. Davis into the corner. Minnie steps around. He's swamped. May lose it. Does lose it. Well done. Zoe Burton swings it into the corner. Ben Hall is pretty good from that spot.
Ben Hall was fantastic in the Rapid League game, really finding some depth from deep.
That would have been spectacular. Carlin Davison.
He had a bit of a blowout. He's more of a 2-foot jumper. Tried to take that one off a one and just didn't get the lift he needed.
You never quite know what's going to happen when he's around. Asprey unlucky. There's a foul underneath here.
Good offense, though. Nice wide open shot from about 17. Nothing wrong with that execution. You can get so caught up when you're in the midst of a losing streak like this on focusing on the result that you don't see the process when it's as positive. So good sign there.
Sharks to bring it in off the baseline. Can they get a basket here? They will. Well, Kel McRae, as big as he is at 7 foot, just snuck through.
Well, lack of communication there. Elijah Minnie got lost on the initial cut, and when he went for the switch out late, didn't chat things with Sam Froling. Him and Froling, no comms there, and that enabled the biggest guy in the court to finish for 2 by himself under the basket.
You can't miss him, by the way.
It'd be tough. if you're missing him, you might need to get the eyes checked.
Well, somehow the Airs missed him completely then. Margin at 11. Froling on McRae. Late call there. McRae's not happy. He thought it was clean.
Well, it looked like it was clean up high. I'm not sure if the foul was on him or Asbury, but it looks like the foul was on McRae. So interesting. It's interesting to call that call from deep out. Let's take a look at it up here. I mean, a bit of body, you know, a little bit of body. At some that could be seen as, you know, it's up to the discretion of the ref, and there Brad Clive thought there was enough contact to call it.
I'd be more happy with the Asprey foul, swiping in from the side. Froling and Lockie Olbrich on Thursday night. The Illawarra Hawks teammates, the 2 Aussies. What did you make of that battle?
Interesting about that is, I mean, Lockie Olbrich is essentially his apprentice. You know, he did not get a lot of playing time as the season went along, and you can still, he's been doing on that for a while, got the opportunity under the bright lights and played well. Olbrich, I mean, he's a fantastic player just at the start of his career. Not that Froling's that much further along, but you can certainly see that Illawarra has the big spot done well.
Speaking of big fellas, Kel McRae.
The shot fake, the deft hands at the same time. Kel McRae looking light on the feet, and the Sharks, they're not going away. They're not fading quietly right now. They continue to press, which is what you like to see.
Well, Guy Malloy spoke about that defensive pressure. That's where it starts from. We've got to get better defensively, and what we've seen so far in the opening couple of minutes here in the second quarter, it's been good.
Even that last play, don't get the turnover, but they force it out of bounds, slow down the transition attack, forcing it into half court. That's where you want to be defensively, all set up.
Davison up and over the top, athletically as always. Lots with the rebound. Oh, it's a hard pass, but I wonder if Asprey's done all right there.
He stepped on the line before he touched it, unfortunately for him. So as he was going to save it, he would have saved it off Carlin Davidson's foot, but steps on the line in that process, and a fantastic defensive possession negated by the turnover in the backcourt.
Got the headband on upside down as well. Froling. Battle again underneath. Cameron comes up with it. Falls to McRae. Here come the Sharks. Starting to swim in numbers right now. Lonzo Burton, I like this. Too deep.
You can't get a better look than that. Unfortunately, doesn't go through. And Davison, a little aggressive timeout to Sammy Mack because things are getting a little sloppy.
A little bit of pressure on the Taranaki Airs all of a sudden. And Sam McKinnon has seen enough. He wants to have a chat as the Sharks scrap hard.
Well, the question is, you know, where has that ball movement gone? Why aren't we looking for great shots? Right now, we're just trying to score. Let's get that extra pass, make sure you're doing it for your teammate and lifting him in that direction. Just a little bit too focused on the one-on-one right now.
Here's Sam McKinnon. Let's listen in.
Any type of DHO action, on-ball screen, let's start whipping, all sort of pin downs, whatever, and force the perimeter. They're killing us in the paint. Our rotations are all up. We're just not there yet. Let's not keep waiting until the second half until we start to play our fucking fingers out. All right? We're better than that. Are we or aren't we? Here we go. Let's lock in. Just zone attack, or let's go through our pick stuff. All right? Here we go. Airs on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Apologies for the one One word in there.
Hey, you get what you get when you come into the office.
I'll tell you what you get when you scan that QR code. A large veggie from Salons for $30. What a treat on Mother's Day for the dads, of
Well,
course.
I'm a big fan of the mushroom on the pizza. Cooks so perfectly. Oh, yeah. If I'm going to get one veggie with caps, with mushroom, with olives. Oh, yeah, definitely mushrooms. Olives, mushrooms. And then on my meat lovers, I'm going to go with little sausage and little pepperoni.
Well, we're going to have a Sal's talk this afternoon. Are you a pineapple on or pineapple off?
No, that is sacrilegious.
No.
Pineapple on a pizza? What am I, 6 years old?
Must be an Aussie thing. Am I 6 years old? Come on. That's harsh. Back underway. Sharks with a chance. Hall tangled up. Cal McRae has a look down, steps back, fires away, and misses.
I like Tobias Cameron's energy. Doing the little things, saw that offensive rebound, got the turnover, but the box out to save possession, get things going the other way.
How will the Airs respond? Davison, he'll fire away from deep, and he'll miss everything. Oh.
Tough execution there. You did exactly got the look you wanted. Carlin Davidson still pushes that ball a little bit. You can see him thinking through his jump shot instead of just reacting, catching, and going. He's just got a bit of time to make it a little bit less mechanical and a more natural flow of his game.
Shoots at a 30% clip from deep this season. Colin Davison. Ben Hall can certainly hit from deep. Pulls up just inside the Chemist Warehouse. Sweet shot.
Missed that three earlier, but finds a space there to test by their own. Arakawa's decent, but a better shot.
Back to single digits. Momentarily, maybe. Flynn Cameron will head to the Chemist Warehouse for a couple of looks.
Well, the free throw line has been a bit unkind to the Airs up to this point. 2 for 6 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. So the Sharks hoping that continues. As Markel Lotz checks out of the ballgame.
We know it's Mother's Day, of course. Lots of mothers in the stands today. Great to see them out here enjoying the basketball. What about in your household today, Casey? How was Mum treated?
I hope so well. I'm down here. She's up in Auckland with the kids. I did hear.
No check-in?
No, there was a check-in, but it was the check-in while my lovely children were fighting with each other in the background. So, but you know, I got the flowers got delivered on time.
Great.
So I did my small part.
Well done. There's the mums in town. Plenty of them here today. Dressing in unison too. I like that.
You're helping me dig a hole here. This is getting a replay to my wife's just see. You should have done more.
I'm good at digging holes for you.
Killing me.
34-24. Cameron converts at the other end from the Chemist Warehouse. Ben Hall gets up over Davison. Davison just did enough there, didn't he?
Well, shot clock down. You got to get it up.
He's got to go. He knows it as well. Loses a handle. Here's Flynn Cameron. Having a really good season, isn't he? 17 points a game. Frolling. Lit it up in the first quarter. Kel McRae right there to block him, and he comes up with it quickly to Asprey. Has Burton outside, goes it alone, twisting and turning. He wanted the call, he got the call.
A decent contest, but too much contact in the air for that to go unwhistled. Fortunate for the Sharks because they lost sight of Flynn Cameron on the cut. And not a bad contest by Daron Arakawa, but when you're going to contest like that with contact, you have to be completely straight up, have to have those hands in the air if you're trying to play that level of verticality. You saw that left arm go through, and he kind of bailed out of the contest, you know, since he is a point guard. not the job he's used to. Asbury, with the first trip to the Chemist Warehouse for the Sharks, unsuccessful in attempt one.
No Mitch McCarron today, of course, for the Airs. He's going to join us for a bit of a chat after halftime as well, so we look forward to catching up with Mitch McCarron, who recently, of course, has become a little bit closer to New Zealand.
Yeah, he's signed a contract. You know, this is, I believe, his third trip, a return trip as an import, so he obviously likes it and likes it even more so to sign a 2-year deal with the Breakers.
There's Tobias Cameron. Kel McRae got a hand on it off the rebound. Sharks keep it alive.
The hustle. This is the first time in a while I've seen the Sharks outworking opponents to any level, so it must be pleasing to see for Coach Guy Malloy.
Back cut underneath. Well done, Zoe Burton, and what a find by McRae.
Well, nice cut, movement without the basketball. You have to do that when things are struggling in the half-court offense. Zoe Burton gives him an outlet.
We're back at 7. Tobias Cameron, hard to the basket.
That's a real nice step. Coach Guy Malloy thinks it's a travel, but I thought nice footwork coming through on that one with a step through at the end to get that finish and get this lead back to 9.
Carpia swings it out. McRae, Inga settles. And he's short as well, just can't find his range today.
He just needs one of those to go down. It is struggling to get those deep balls coming in.
Arakawa playing for a foul. Tobias Cameron is getting busy. Another strip for Burton. How many steals for Alonzo Burton this afternoon?
Quick hands for Alonzo Burton today, and not a lot of steals, just the one. But you actually have to knock it away and get possession to get it.
Yep. Just ticked over to 2. There we go. (36-27), ticking down to half time. And the Sharks are making a fist of it. Hard going for the Airs. Scored really quickly in the opening couple of minutes. Turnover. Flynn Cameron comes up with it. He wants to go all the way and does. Frolling there also. A lot of contact underneath, and there's a whistle now.
It's to the bench. It looked like Tobias Cameron just asking for a foul from the bench. Not Sam McKinnon, but the bench does not go to, or the tech does not go to Tobias Cameron, but to the bench overall. And so just gonna have to be a bit more careful. And I didn't see a foul there. Good attack by the Airs, but solid defense. And we're gonna have a timeout to the Sharks.
The Sharks getting under the skin of the Taranaki Airs here at the moment?
I think it's more that the Airs are getting under their own skin with their lack of ability to finish these plays. They're decent looks that they're just letting the Sharks off the hook with their lack of ability to finish.
Well, Guy Malloy, he'll be a lot happy with what he's seen in this second quarter so far. Let's have a listen in.
Keep the ball in front of you and win this first dribble. Work really hard in your containment, everyone. Now, loving our back cuts that we're getting playing off the 5. Okay. All right. Spurs 2, next play. We're looking at Braden on a backdoor cut. Spurs 2 on the next play. Looking at a backdoor cut. You got it? If you don't have that on, look opposite and just play back to a DHO. Lock into our defense here. After the free throws, we'll go back to a 2. Here we go. Sharks, 1, 2, 3.
So, lots of encouragement there from Guy Malloy, and for good reason as well. The Sharks' second quarter's been good, and that's one way to look after the kids on a Sunday afternoon.
All that for those fellas? Swing some of that this way. I'm a little hungus.
3:34 to play, coming back out. Of course, shots here off the technical foul. Zoe Burton at the Chemist Warehouse. Right man to have there as well.
Well, if I'm Coach Sam McKinnon, what I want to see is just a strong 3.5 minutes. Where has our defensive effort gone? Can we start pushing them out of these deep catches, push things away, and find a higher level of effort and intensity here to finish? Let's not be satisfied with being up 8. Let's go in big. And if I'm the Sharks, I just want to see more of the same. We're getting great looks, keep shooting. We're 0 for 10 from the 3-point line right now, and we're only down 8. If we hit a couple of those, we're right in this ballgame.
Believe it or not, the Sharks have had 10 more shots in the game. Burton has a foul off the ball here. That's going to go against Inga.
That's unfortunate for the Sharks. That's a really nice setup there. And there was some contact between Inga and I'm not quite sure who he knocked down. I think it was Nico Hill. Seeing that from a distance, but you see this, he comes through and he's just trying to move, but it's that, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
I think as soon as you outstretch those hands and the coin officials see that, that's a bit of a telltale sign, isn't it? Although they're having a chat about it now.
And he's saying, I'm hitting him with my forearm, because there's another half to that. As an offensive player, you get freedom of movement. If there's a guy sitting in here when I'm trying to get around him, that could even go the other way, but that's not the way the crew saw it this time.
3 to play. Arakawa rolling, left alone, left it short.
I mean, good looks. But I think the Air's just a little surprised that they're not great looks, and they're hesitating more than you would expect.
Air's starting a massive home run as well here this afternoon. Next 4 games at home: Jets, Hawks, Nuggets, Saints. McRae on Froling. Oh, coming in from the side. Cameron with the hand. Sharks kept it alive momentarily. Nico Hill comes up with it. He goes up over the top, gets contact. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. Back-to-back fouls for Braden Inga.
Well, a solid string of possession there for the Airs. First defensively, great help from Flynn Cameron to force that miss by McRae. And then somehow they get the ball in a bit of a mix going the other direction. Aggressive by Nico Hill in transition. Had a couple of members with him, but he decides to go it himself, feels that contact. Excellent balance on the finish and a chance to hit the three-point play the old-fashioned way. 2
fouls for Inga in the last minute. He takes a break. May not see him for the rest of the half. Nico Hill, tell us a little bit about this young man back in the country now and enjoying some really good minutes in Sky Broadband Rapid League and doing some good things.
Yeah, and nice to see him aggressive. The Sky Broadband Rapid League opportunity, I think, is leading to this, but obviously comes from great stock. His mother was a tall fern. His father was a star import for a long time. So he's got a great understanding of the game, and now I think just getting up to this level of physicality, and we're seeing him do it step by step.
Lotz has 8 points. Hard to do it amongst traffic there.
Didn't shoot the shot clock, as Barry notices.
Lotz battling, comes up with it over Froling and scores. Well, that's just a great battle. He kept going and going and going.
And that's the work rate you have to have when you're low on talent. You have to outwork your opposition, and he outworked Sam Froling on that possession to keep this in single digits.
I think Guy Malloy's going to be really happy with what he's seen here for the last 8 minutes. Can the Sharks finish it off? Froling over McRae. It's been a good battle.
Well, he's made it more difficult after that initial push. Sam Froling just now getting into double figures after having 8 points in about the first 4 minutes. But it's still a difficult task if he's getting so much opportunity to do what he wants offensively.
Froling has 11, McRae has 6. Here is McRae handing it off. Telfer over the top for 3. Puts one down, Scotty T.
That's just bad defense. You cannot go under a screen that's 2 steps underneath the three-point line. That's too easy a shot for anybody of any kind of skill from that range, and Scott Telfer shows it.
And he's hit a few threes on this floor over the years, hasn't he? Orakawa.
He's just so good at that. He's so good at receiving the contact, emphasizing that contact, not selling, but emphasizing it, but staying within his shot to get that bump. And he looks like he's floppy, but his platform is great. Takes another couple steps, doesn't get the bucket, but a chance from the stripe.
Averaging 9 points a game in the NZNBL this season, Daron Orakawa. 67% from the Chemist Warehouse. First one here is good.
And I asked him about what it's like, to shift roles from 6-man to starting point guard. He said, oh, it's no big deal, but it is a bit of a change. Especially when you're that guy coming off the bench, you're normally trying to get things going offensively for yourself. Whereas without Mitch McCarron, I think it is a different mindset. He's got to be more aware of getting his teammates involved. And that's not his most natural form on the basketball court. So it can be a tough job.
Orakawa adds 2. Margin back to double digits. Here's Burton. Inside, outside, good hand in the lane by Cameron. Flynn. And Flynn Cameron may finish. He does.
Nice pass by Orakawa after Flynn Cameron forced the steal. Tough pass by Burton. Just did not see Cameron's arm.
Sharks have got to hang tough here. McRae has picked up the dribble. Needs Burton, wants Burton, gets Burton. Lotz battling away.
Yeah, the work rate.
Comes up with it.
Love to see it.
Asprey in and out. Gee, they deserved something there, the Sharks, didn't they?
Should be the last possession here. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Look for some Flynn Cameron, Sam Froling pick and roll action, most likely.
Minnie hanging around. Double screen set up for Orakawa on the turn. Goes to Froling instead. Up and in. Sam Froling. Right on the buzzer at halftime. And the big Aussie throws one down. The Sharks hanging tough this afternoon. The Airs finish with back-to-back baskets. And they lead this one by 14 on Mother's Day. Sam Froling, as he heads off, 13 points for him in that opening half. Casey Frank has his opposite number with him. Here's Cal McRae.
Well, Cal, a promising first half. What were the positive things that you were able to do there as a squad that kept you within touch defense?
I think we crashed the boards really well. I think Markel did a great job there. Just moving the ball, sticking our offense. When we limited turnovers, we looked good, but when we turned the ball over, unfortunately, that's when they got out.
tough matchup for yourself against Sam Froling, one of the premier big men. What are you focusing on to try and limit his effectiveness for a guy who's so capable offensively?
I just want to make everything as tough as possible. I want to try to be as physical. Obviously, he got that last one, but I think making it tough for him is key.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. And I've got Elijah Minnie coming in. Elijah, good first half, but a little uneven for the Airs. What do you guys need to do to just playing your best basketball and be proud of yourselves coming out of it?
We need to rebound. That's pretty much it. Rebound. They're killing us on offensive boards right now. So we need to just get out there and rebound, push the ball.
On the offensive end, you're a little bit choppy. Early, you found some great effectiveness as a squad, but in that second quarter, it went away from that. What do you think the issue is, and how can you fix it?
It's just ball movement. We just need to move the ball around a little bit better. And that starts with our point guard, starts with me, starts with everyone on our team.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half.
So Elijah Minnie and Callum McRae with their thoughts to the half. Sharks are battling away, but the Airs showing their class in the last couple of minutes. They lead this one 47-33 at the half on Mother's Day. Hope you're enjoying it. Chemist Warehouse stats to come after the break.
Well, most definitely, and they can learn some nice lessons from the big fella. He got started early. He was so good in transition, pushing the pace, running the lane, being rewarded for it. 8 points in the opening 4 minutes. Got a little bit tougher for him after that as we saw more defensive attention come to him, and the size of McRae can affect him. But if he can get out in transition and run, it makes it so much easier for him to find that freedom and the ease with which he can score the basketball.
13 points in the No mai hoki mai, welcome back. Second half, not too far away. Airs lead it by 14 at the midway point over the Sharks. Familiar face. Well, Batman's a familiar face. He's having a great day. The familiar face I was talking about, Casey. Scotty Telfer back in territory he knows well for the Sharks, and he's got 7 at the half.
And some good energy, especially that was probably his best play of the game, getting the block and then leaking out in transition, giving the Sharks a bit of energy. We'd like to see him drive to the cup and give the Sharks another option offensively this time. Go underneath the screen, I'm gonna nail the triple from deep, 7 points in just over 15 minutes. Good energy from Scotty Telfer, but I'd like to see more of your favorite side of him when he's a so-called pest.
Oh, I love it.
When he's in there, if he can get in under the skin of some of these Airs players and really affect things on the defensive end, I think that is where the Sharks need his contribution most in this ballgame.
Yeah, totally agree. As you know, I call him the junkyard dog, Scotty Telfer. Love it when he gets in and scraps hard. 54 games with the Airs, now with the Sharks.
I like Scotty, but you might have to be a bit tougher to be a junkyard dog. Now, you got to be a straight scrapper if you're out there.
Here he is playing some defense on Flynn Cameron, who dumps it down to Froling. Long time in the key.
Great challenge. Great. Just McRae, a good, solid defense. Stays in front of him and uses his size to make that easy look a difficult opportunity.
Sharks, first opportunity for them in the second half. Here is Telfer on Davison, getting the start after half-time. Burton from the Chemist Warehouse, tough shot, big finish.
Well, he needed to see that one drop in because he's had some decent looks coming up in this one, but finally gets one to drop for him.
No Mitch McCarron, of course, today for the Taranaki Airs. Actually played 3 games with the Southland Sharks back in 2019. He's good enough to join us down on the sidelines this afternoon. Mitch, great to see you.
Good afternoon, guys. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you and your family as well. What did you make of the first half?
Yeah, I mean, look, any time a team is you have to get a win on the board, they're going to come out and play really hard, and I thought Southland have done a good job of that. We were a little bit sloppy, and they punished us on some actions, so hopefully we need to clean it up for the second half.
And you're missing today with what it's been rumored to be an ankle or calf. Is this more of something that you're missing today's game out of an abundance of precaution, or is it something that you're going to have to manage the rest of the season going forward?
Yeah, hopefully something that doesn't put me out too long. Obviously, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, Casey, so I've got to take care of my body a little bit more these days.
Pretty sure Casey did call you an old man before, didn't you?
Well,
justified, fair enough.
Never me. Everybody's young to me.
Hey, Mitch, you're going to spend a lot more time in New Zealand, of course. Congratulations on the new 2-year contract with the Breakers.
Thank you. Yeah, super excited to join the Breakers. Obviously, stay locked in with Taranaki until the end of the season, but yeah, I'm pumped to be heading to Auckland after that.
And you're a player as an Australian who's actually spent quite a bit of time over here in New Zealand. I think, if I'm not wrong, it's your 3rd stint as an import in this competition, now signing with the Breakers. What is it about New Zealand that's made you comfortable enough to continue to return in year after year?
Well, to be honest, I mean, I've loved every time I've come over here. I've been treated super well, with every stop that I've been at. My time in New Zealand has been really fun, really great, and I've met a lot of great people. So I'm sure it'll be no different with the Breakers. Obviously, I'll be spending a lot more time than I did in the NZNBL seasons, but no, I'm pumped to get to know the boys and get to know the people with the Breakers.
And Mitch, just quickly, and we do appreciate your time, you've seen a fair bit of every team, I suppose, over the opening 6 rounds. What have you made of the competition and some of the teams you think you need to look out for in the second half as we head towards the final 6?
Oh, look, we're not really in a position at the moment to take anyone lightly. We need every single win we can get. We had a tough loss the other night to a really good Rams team, and obviously Auckland, Wellington are making their statements. But, look, I think people were talking about Hawke's Bay as being a lower team, and they're starting to string some wins together, and they look threatening in every single game. Nelson have got some guys there as well that could put some wins on in a late run, and while Otago have been a little bit down, you really can't sleep on them either. So for us, we've got to fix our own problems before we worry about anyone else.
Well, let's get back to business. Good on you, Mitch McCarron, joining us on Sky Sport this afternoon. Appreciate your time, Mitch.
Thanks, guys.
Sam Froling.
I really appreciate how Mitch McCarron didn't mention any of the teams that have beaten the Airs up to this point in the season.
He didn't, you're right. Spot on. He's a very, very wily campaigner, very experienced, not playing this afternoon, but a big part of this Airs team, Mitch McCarron. A little bit of indecision inside from Zoe Burton.
That's what happens when you come up against the 6'11" frame of Sam Froling. Makes things a little bit more difficult than you were expecting.
What an asset to have to come back into this team off injury. Missing today, we think it's a calf injury. Foul there called late. Sharks not happy to our left. The bench up very, very quickly.
I'm pretty fortunate all the Airs. Not a lot of angle in that pass. Sam Froling stuck on an island out there once he picked up this ball and he goes through it. Oh, you see the shove late.
Yeah.
It makes it obvious. So there was no foul before that, but to gain possession, he does have a two-hand shove in the back, and that is an easy whistle to blow.
It's not hard, is it? Got the strip, though. Asprey. And he's got a bit of a head of steam at the moment. Sends it back to Cal McRae. Burton loves this shot, leaves it short, though. Looked flat off the hand, didn't it? And now the airs come flying back. Urakawa with the fake, not the make, though.
Well, aggressive. I like how the mindset of the Airs pushing things in transition, but need some execution right now as the Sharks starting to make some inroads.
Asprey cops a side bump from Froling. Just the 1 point in the game for Caleb Asprey. 0 of 5 shooting from the field.
Was hoping for the drive there. Just not a lot of space for him to move in this game. The Airs have so many good wing defenders and a lot of length that they can put on them. A lot of guys that sort of sit at that 6'3", 6'4" range that you can rotate in and out. And when he does get by that first line of defense, you got Froling, you got Davidson, you got Bailey waiting back there, all excellent rim protectors.
If you want some Sal's NBL merch, all the team gear, that's where to go. QR code, New Balance. With the threads.
I mean, that's
Davison.
That's the nonchalant. I mean, just a really well-delivered pass. Decent defense by Lots made it difficult, but that kind of bounciness on a break, you know it's going to be a two-point lob at some point.
Is he the man in the league that makes hard things look so easy? Is he number 1 in the league, Case?
You gotta, I mean, in terms of athleticism, yeah, he's up there for my money. I'll probably have to do a little bit more thinking on that one as Tobias Cameron drains a triple and we have a timeout for the Sharks. But in terms of feats of athleticism out there on the court, the things that he does with regularity, he makes look much easier than they actually are.
Timeout here as the lead balloons out to 19. Good chance for us, Casey Frank, to talk about the MVP this afternoon. Wherever you may be watching, you can join in all of the fun. There's some prizes up for grabs. Scan that QR code and put your vote in.
Well, there's some early candidates. You know, from the Sharks in that first half, I love the way Markel Lots was playing, 11 points going through.
All right.
But we'll get back to it after this timeout from the Sharks.
Here's Guy Malloy.
I want to go back to what we started the half here with. Let them ice on the shakes. Pop the 5. Come back to here on the handoff with the 5 and the 1. Now time it, don't go too early. Wait till Caleb starts to dribble at you. You're going to back cut. Zoe or Telf lift up and kick it, and then we're going to go inside.
So screen down or whatever, come off that, Sam, DHO. Just try to bring Callum McRae. Move the ball, all right? Hands on 3, 1, 2, 3. Good job, fellas.
Guy Malloy and Sam McKinnon with the instructions. And this one right now could get away from the Sharks. They've battled manfully for a long, long way. Large veggie pizza, that's the Sal's special this week, available till Tuesday, $30. You know all the details. Sal's crossover is the code.
Well, let's see if the Sharks can't come out and get a high-quality execution on this. They need a great look. And the Taranaki Air is coming out in a bit of a Miva-like sagging defense, making that difficult.
Asprey, no movement here. Sends Telfer through, goes down low to Lots. Has to go over Davison, tough shot. I think it's come off Tobias Cameron in the end.
Going to be 1.2 left on the shot clock, though, so not a ton of time for them to get something up. Possibly McRae by the rim. Burton outside for a jump shot. Either way, it's got to be quick.
Well, they had McRae come through the middle in the first, or the second quarter, I should say. Burton does the same this time, nearly got the drop.
Well, I think Duron Arakawa was thinking the same thing me, that was going to be Zoe Burton coming off a screen on the wing. He was set up for it, and he opened up the angle for the basket cut. Nice recognition by Alonzo Burton, straight to the cup. Doesn't get the finish, but gets the harm, so off to the Chemist Warehouse for 2.
Leading the scoring for the Sharks this afternoon as well. This man, Alonzo Burton, 11 points, make that 12 for him.
And this is despite not a great shooting night from his standards. 0 for 2 from behind the arc, part of that tough night for the Sharks with, is that 2 points?
Should be 2. that's two.
That should be 2 points. Andrew Wheeler's calling it. I don't think any of the officials saw it, but Carlin David's got a hand on. That should be an extra point for the Sharks.
Well, we got a great shot of it. Flynn Cameron from the corner for three.
Well, Flynn Cameron's starting to put together a game. You asked about who's the MVP. It looks like him as we take a look at this one go up. And not sure if he touched him from that angle, but certainly looked like he did. But Flynn Cameron, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals now.
Telfer. McRae on Froling. It's been the big battle we've been watching today. Froling reaching in over the top of Lotz.
He does well to hold his ground and not let McRae get real good position.
Rebound number 6 at one end, the drive at the other. Sam Froling off to the Chemist Warehouse.
And McRae doing his best to hustle up and get in front of Sam Froling, but he's on the hip the whole side. That back line of defense needs to come and step up earlier than when Froling gets to the cup, because by then it's too late. Nobody on this team outside of McRae can really contest that well at the rim. When you don't step up and make him turn directions earlier, he's going to get to the line or he's going to get a bucket.
Margin at 20 as the Sharks make a string of changes. The path ahead for the Sharks. They've also got a home stretch coming up, just like the Airs. Guy Malloy and his team. They've got the Tuatara next, followed by the Nuggets, the Bulls, and the Hawks, all at ILT Stadium, Southland.
Well, it's better to be at home than it is anywhere else. You can sit at home, you can start working on what you need to do, and of course, with a new player come in, they are going to need some practice time to assimilate him to what they want to do. It'll be nice to see the Sharks, with a full contingent of imports and looking closer to the squad they thought they were going to be at the start of the year.
Trade window opens up tonight at 9 p.m. as well. Sharks, any chance of a move?
Well, I mean, it depends on who you ask. If you ask people who are watching the game from afar, there should be. If you ask the Sharks, it seems like a no.
We'll have all of the trade news. Sal's Hoopheads, 6 p.m. on Wednesday night. Join us for that. Just noticed in the last 24 hours as well, talking around the teams, Casey, around the trade window, starting to get a little bit cagey and crafty.
As they should. Got to do some thinking about it. First time you're in. Going to take a while for teams to figure it out and for players to, I think as well, get okay with the idea of being traded. But an exciting innovation for this season.
Harpia spinning to the basket. Of course, players have to agree to a trade. Hill off the glass. He can't get it to go. Look at Froling battling away.
Great attack in transition as Tobias Cameron drains the triple, making it look easy from deep. He's found a bit of range. He's up into double figures with 11.
Having a good afternoon, isn't he? 4 of 6 shooting, Tobias Cameron. McRae hands it off. No, he doesn't. Now he gives it over to Inga. Steps around Tobias Cameron. Now left by himself. He just has not had an afternoon. Braden Inga. Oh, look out. Tobias Cameron.
Touch them all, bias.
Looking for back-to-back. Airs settle. Dominated this third
It's a foul
quarter.
away from the basketball. Inga just, Ben Hall just pushes down Tobias Cameron, and he might have been baited into it, so he comes off with a bit of a smile. Sam Froling saying, hey, you took away my one-on-one move on the baseline. You see there, Ben Hall with a hand in. Well sold by Tobias Cameron there.
Andrew Wheeler steps onto the floor, and officially he's 100 Sal's NBL game. What a long career he's had, Andrew Wheeler, but congratulations, he's up to the triple figures.
I will say that the Sal's NBL social team has already put out our post on that one, so congratulations anyway. But it's nice to see Andrew Wheeler rewarded. He's meant a lot to the Sharks for a long time, not just as a player, but as a coach, and certainly developing some of the young talent in that region.
What about Nico Hill then?
He's playing well.
Drive, yeah.
A lot of aggressiveness, man. I like to see him getting more comfortable with what his role is and what he can contribute when he does get opportunities.
Asprey 0 of 6
Beautiful
shooting.
pass.
Great pass, wasn't it, to Froling? Timeout Sharks.
And just Carlin Davidson is really expanding what he's able to contribute on the court. And this is a type of game that I really like to see from a young player, because Carlin's only got 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting, but he's not letting that affect his mindset. He's got six assists, 5 rebounds. Of the 19 assists for the Airs right now, he's got the most with those 6 assists. He's also got 3 blocks. I mean, really contributing in other areas. And when you talk about what he can do on an Australian NBL level or at a higher level, I think that's where his real value lies, especially at this stage of his career, as a defender, as a guy who can do everything else on the court, not just have to score.
Well, we just saw Miles Pearce with the Sharks. Sky Malloy steps back up now.
Corner guy in a hard cut to the ring, you pop back out. Move the basketball. We're not playing 1v1. Make them play D. Let's get back into what we want to do defensively. Rugby to L, rugby to L, corner split.
Sal's NBL highlight show every Tuesday night. All the best bits, and round 7 has had plenty of those so far. Winners, the Phi over the Nuggets by 1. What a thriller that was, an upset. Rams by 3 over the Airs. The Bulls too strong for the Sharks. The Hawks have found some flight, haven't they, Casey Frank? They took down the Nuggets. I want to ask you about the Nuggets. Tuatara too strong for the Jets last night. Saints and the Giants to come after this one on Mother's Day. Otago Nuggets have just lost both on the road in round 7. What have you made of their season?
Well, I think this round is going to be one that they look back on the end of the season and certainly regret. Not only did they lose that game to the Phi when they were much more talented than that team, but that loss to the Hawks against a team that they're going to be scrapping for. Now the Phi have that door open as well. So I think the most Jekyll and Hyde team for me, when you look at their last 4 games, 4 have just not been great efforts. That against the Giants, we saw a team that was moving, running, great energy. That's the team we expect to see. They just haven't been able to find that form with enough regularity.
One to keep an eye on, aren't they? The Otago Nuggets, the 2022 champs.
But, you know, in a lot of ways, we've seen Markel Lots powerful to the cup. He's going to get 2 free throws at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. But we talk about part of this is what happens when you bring in really young players to be your mainstays. And they've got a 19-year-old import in Ben Henshaw, got a lot of young players around that squad. So when we see Markel Lots go airborne and get undercut, now he's off to the line. When you have that level of youth, this is the type of inconsistency that comes with it.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Wouldn't mind seeing that replay again if we can. It is the definition of standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He's here, there, gone.
Markel Lots at the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
And here it comes
look at
one
this.
more time.
Nico Hill. Uh-oh.
Well, if he would have squared it up, he probably could have gotten a charge, but wasn't in that legal guarding position. So instead it's 2 free throws. Markel Lots misses the second.
Oh, Wheels comes up with it.
There you go. Game 100. Get him some boards, baby.
McRae. Asprey's had a tough shooting afternoon. 0 of 7. Dumps it off. McRae at his feet. Too hard to pick up. But I'll tell you who was there.
Dorona Wakawa just called the player timeout to save possession.
Smart work from Rakawa. And a big smile on his face. It's still there as well, grinning from ear to ear.
Well, I actually thought he might have gotten away with the travel as well because he had possession when he was standing, but he ended up on the keister. But smart play, and this is, they don't have it at the end of the game now, but it saves the possession, and we see a nice read by Rakawa out of possession.
Oh,
might have gotten away with the travel. And McRae saying, my hand's on the ball, maybe a fingertip. Big Cal. Heads up play.
So the Airs have to use their player timeout. They'll advance it here, of course. Still a bit to play out in this third quarter. It's belonged to the Airs. What's their run in this third quarter, Case?
22-7 up to this point. The Sharks just not able to find that level of consistency offensively they showed in the first half. And the Airs really finding some freedom in transition now.
Froling has 19 in the game now. Elijah Mini. Lots did well defensively. There's a foul underneath. This might be on Inga again. Gee, he's just constantly being in the wrong place at the wrong time, hasn't he?
It has not been easy for Braden Inga today. He's yet to find the scoreboard. That's his 4th personal foul, and that's just him and Tobias Cameron hustling for the ball. The ball comes in the wrong place, and what was one place suddenly becomes a foul going the other direction.
Inga hasn't scored. 0 of 6. 4 fouls now as he takes a seat. It's been a tough day at the office.
Tobias Cameron played well. 12 points now on that one, 6 rebounds. And just doing a nice job of being grimy, being grindy out there, getting into some physicality, knocking down the open looks, and he plays with a style that's much older than his years on the court. You know, he's got that veteran news to him.
Cameron brothers have been great today. Wheeler sends Nico Hill backwards at 1,000,000 miles an hour. 12 points apiece. In fact, sorry, Tobias up to 13 now. Flynn has 12. Quentin Bailey to Hill. Hill on the drive, over Wheeler. Puts it down.
That was never doing anything but going up once Nico Hill had it. He's feeling good. That's not an easy shot. Fade away from about 17, going to the side, but he drains it.
Burton for 3, answers.
Oh, finally. The Sharks get their second 3-point bucket of the day, now 2 for 14 from deep.
Oh, Tobias Cameron, so good, weaving through the traffic, couldn't finish the job. McRae now looked for lots, left it behind. Minnie comes up with it, and he's got them lining up. In the end, it'll fall to Quentin Bailey, too easy.
Nice unselfish play by Elijah Minnie there, makes the hockey pass to Tobias Cameron, who gets credited with the assist to Quentin Bailey down low.
At 32 now, 26-10 third quarter, make it 28-10. Asprey, first basket of the game for him, first field goal for him.
Nice, solid execution coming off the on ball. The help doesn't step up, so an easy 13-footer for the finish.
He's got 3 points. He's also got some happy feet. Comes up with it.
Oh, nice pass in the outlet. So Burton, he wants a 3.
He'll finish this. Oh, no, he won't. Kel McRae underneath.
That's an offensive foul. Yeah.
Well, you can hear well and truly what Daron thinks about that.
Apologies.
I
mean, I don't know why that's a foul on Daron Orokawa. That is not, the offensive foul is not what was called.
Well, I reckon he's opened him up as well.
Yeah,
you can see that's a broken nose right there. Yeah, there it is.
Just a headbutt right in there. It was the elbow as well. That he definitely broke his nose there, but he does not get the whistle.
Well, that's going to need to be straightened because it's sideways at the moment. Daron Orokawa, look at that.
It's not going to be straight for a while.
Wow.
As somebody who's worn a couple of those myself, that doesn't feel great. I think fortunate that he's not bleeding yet. But that is definitely broken.
Well, Daron's still screaming out on the sidelines. Look at this.
You don't like to get hit in the face and then get a called foul review. It's never ideal to foul somebody with your face.
Heavy contact, wasn't it? Minnie. Davison for 3.
And I mentioned earlier when he looks mechanical shooting, when you get a ball like that, you have no choice but to let it fly. Well done by Carlin Davidson there for the finish, a 30-point lead at the end of 3 quarters.
So some attention at 3-quarter time for Daron Orokawa, and some attention for the Sharks. They're down by 30. The Airs steamrolling away on Mother's Day, a quarter to play. Welcome back to New Plymouth this afternoon. Three-quarter time. The Airs have forced the issue. They're out by 30. There's Daron Rakawa. We've just heard he's off to the hospital after the game. Broken nose for him late in that third term. Heavy contact.
Unfortunately for Daron, not a lot you can do about a broken nose. You can set it back into place, but after that, it's just going to be a little crooked. Scotty T with the runner. Showing some nice space as we got Sam McKinnon tossing on the headphones, and he'll be joining us just as soon as he gets the technical aspect going.
Yeah, we'll head down to Sam in just a moment as Davison hands it back to Bailey for three, and on that shot, let's go down to the coach of the Airs, Sam McKinnon. Thanks for your time. Just quickly, an update on Daron Rakawa. Looks like a broken nose.
Yeah, his modelling career is in danger, I think, so it's well and truly bent. But yeah, just tried to wall up on Callum and just got an inverted knock on the nose by the look of it, and yeah, so broken nose for sure.
Coach, what have been the positive signs for you today? When you come up against a team that's bottom of the table, doesn't have a win yet, you just don't want to be the one who loses that, but it can be tough to get your team up for that type of game. What have you appreciated about the way they played today?
Yeah, it's no matter what the record of the other team, it's just that complacency. For us, we had a tough loss against the Rams on Thursday, so it's always nice to play again, and I've just reminded the group about playing the right way. Picking up full court, being physical, and just locking into scout. We gave up way too many O-boards in the first half, which I wasn't happy about, and we've definitely improved in the second half.
Appreciate your time, Sam. Good on you, mate.
No
Best
worries.
of luck for this last quarter. And I think I say it every week, Casey, but just so good to be able to speak to our coaches during the game. It's a highlight.
And it's great to have them, be forthcoming with the information. It's not the easiest thing to do while you're trying to coach a team, as Colin Davidson lets it fly and drops another one. And there's that smoothness of shot. Wasn't going offensively, but he's got 6 in the fourth, up to 8 points now.
And we can confirm that Daron Rakawa, I think he's going to head to hospital a little bit earlier. Not a good sign. MVP, Sam Froling leading the way at the moment on 60%. I think our viewers are onto something here, Case.
You could go a lot of different ways, but Sam's got 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block right now, touching them all. But it's more, this is a team MVP for the Airs today. It'd be tough to pick who's who.
Well, you can have your say. There's the QR code. Where are the Sharks fans? Zoe Burton deserves a little bit of love for mine. He's got 16 in the game. He's certainly battled hard today. Another triple for the Airs.
Nico Hill finding the range that time, and Taranaki starting to catch fire. And Elijah Minnie's going to give us a highlight on the break.
Throws it down, still at midcourt. Elijah Minnie with the one-hander, and things are starting to get ugly for the Sharks. Nico Hill, by the way, is that a career high in the Southland NBL? 12 points for him?
I would say so. I do not remember him getting in double figures before this, so congratulations to the young fella, finding his best game of the season offensively.
Lots. Lit it up a little bit in the second quarter, been quiet since then. Wheeler, game number 100, fends off Hill, fires over the top, doesn't get the roll.
Need to see that ball move a little bit more through hands. You'd love to see the ball do all the work, not off the dribble for the Sharks, but right now it's the ball handler has to do most of it.
Oh, look out, Nico Hill's feeling it. It's come off Markel Watts last.
Oh, good hustle there by Flynn Cameron, not giving up on the play, giving himself an opportunity to retain possession by hustling for it.
Braden Inga stepping back onto the floor with 4 fouls. How many minutes has Inga played today?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go check that out.
He's been battling away with the fouls.
If you're gonna ask all these stats questions, you're gonna have to start bringing your own computer, Justin. But Braden Inger is now on just under 15 minutes.
Right. There's that broken nose for Rakawa. Heavy contact, wasn't it?
Oh, that's an offensive foul.
And it is. Spot on.
Scotty Telfer gets his head right in there. Flynn Cameron gets his elbow around. Not a lot into it, but an easy whistle to go there. And Scott Telfer's got some words for Flynn Cameron walking down the court.
Where do you place this Airs team overall, looking ahead to the second half of the season? Genuine contenders?
Absolutely. I think when you look at this team with Mitch McCarron in the lineup as the guy who can really set that table for everybody else, they are as talented offensively as anybody in this competition. They've got great size. And I think, you know, but when you look at who's in it, if you make the final 6, you got a pretty good chance of giving yourself a championship at the end.
Foul on Markel Lotz. They are going to lose Sam Froling for a stretch.
For a stretch, and if they don't have him at the dearth of things, that obviously changes the equation. I think Sam Froling is on that short list of MVP candidates in this competition. What he brings offensively and with his size, very difficult to match. Without him, they'll still be a very good team. I don't know exactly who they'd be able to fill that in with, but with him, I think they're on that short list of teams who can win the title.
Will they lose Flynn Cameron to the Tall Blacks for the Olympic qualifiers?
I'd be very surprised if they do not. You know, obviously he has to make himself available. He has to make the same team. But you're looking at Tall Blacks. To me, Flynn Cameron looks like a man who will be penciling his name in for the next decade if he wants the opportunity. What he can bring defensively with his size. I think offensively he's emerging himself as a point guard candidate as well. So he's a guy who I would expect to see wear that black jersey for a long time.
Hope you're enjoying all of the coverage of the NZNBL as Zoe Burton drops another 3.
Good transition offense, quick hitters, just what the Sharks need. Can take anything in. 19 now for Zoe Burton.
Oh, what about the spin? Flynn Cameron, right. Better than my washing machine.
I think those words he had with Scott Telfer, I think might have engaged him just a bit more than he was previously.
He's got 14. Lots over Froling, puts that one down. Basket for basket.
That's a tough shot, man. Not an easy look, but shows off a little bit of a fadeaway to take away Froling's shot blocking ability to get that too.
Davison just backs it out, lurking. The young man, slick hands, great pass inside to Froling. He wanted a whistle. Here come the Sharks. That's going to be hard for Burton.
Just out of the reach of Zoe Burton.
Yeah, it wasn't a great pass, to be fair, from Braden Inga. Just over 5 to play. Saints and the Giants to come, of course. Oh, what a pass, what a finish. Excellent work from the Airs, best of the day.
Just, they came out in the 2-1-2 zone. In that 2-1-2, the back line has to stay in tight until the ball goes out. Inger snuck out, and that gave Froling an easiest finish of the day.
Well, they've had plenty of assists today. No better than that one as Lots steps to the hoop.
Finding a little bit of freedom inside. He's up to 14 points now. He's got 4 rebounds to go with it. And the Sharks get out of that zone defense.
I like this. Davison point guard duties right now. Looks like he's enjoying it as well. Froling skips it out. Flynn Cameron from the corner.
I mean, just excellent recognition from Sam Froling. He didn't even have to really give that double coming baseline much of a look. Knew exactly where Flynn Cameron was, delivered it perfectly. Easy play.
6 assists for Froling, 8 for Davison. The two big fellas enjoying their afternoon's work. Here's Davison. Look at him just scanning the court here.
It's just no pressure. You know, if you're not going to pick him up full court, he's going to be able to do whatever he wants.
Cameron for another 3. MVP game at the moment. Scotty Telfer getting some love from the Sharks fans.
Scott Telfer up there. That seems like family, I got to say.
Asprey gets
Scotty Telfer does have 10 points, though. So he's going to put in a little bit of effort.
Where's Zoe Burton?
Not there?
Come on. I'd at least give him a
get your phone
votes.
out. Use the QR code, Justin. Get to work, bud.
Yeah, I might just do that. Give Zoe Burton some love.
Sam Froling up to 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Davison, he might need a little bit of love as well.
He's putting together another terrific game. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists for him. Oh, sorry, 8 assists for him.
Here is Telfer. Froling another rebound. And the Airs just settle it back down.
A little surprised we haven't seen the Airs slow it down a little bit more at this stage in the game, but this is a, whoa, Colin Davidson. Bit too much weights. The air might have gotten underneath that one as it floated off. A lot of belief in Sam Froling's athletic abilities. That'll be the day for Sam Froling as he heads to the bench.
Oh, look at this. Just leaning back, having an afternoon, the Yeti.
Timeout to the Sharks.
Margin at 32. Been a good afternoon for the team in black. They were tested early. The Sharks certainly battled hard in that first half. Early in the second quarter as well. made a fist of it.
And the difference between that first half and the first quarter in particular has been the offensive rebounds. As that game has gone along, the Airs just locked in a little bit more on the physicality side of things.
Oh, I tell you what, has that been straightened up? It has.
Yeah. They popped it back into place. All good, bro. Don't even need to go to the hospital anymore.
Doctor in the house.
So, Daron Arakawa's stats for the day, 0 points. Oh, sorry, 8 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, and one broken nose.
Very well done. Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL. Great to have them with us in season 2024. Love that on the stat sheet. Broken nose, 1.
Good health out down here. Every time I got it broken, I could never get it popped back into place, hence why it still grows a little bit crooked.
Oh, hard to even think of that too. Just that snap.
Mine mostly got broken in practice, though.
You would have broken a few over the years as well, just quietly?
Noses, not too many, but I did knock out quite a few teeth with my elbows.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way. Listen to you.
Hey, it's good fun. Love the physical. Scott Telfer gets a foul on Tobias Cameron. Not being allowed that level of freedom. That's going to be his third personal foul.
There's that junkyard dog status. The boy from North Harbour, Scotty Telfer. Just over 3 to play. Flynn Cameron having some fun in this last quarter. Tried to thread it through to Bailey.
Nice hand, Telfer. Cuts that off just in time. Good penetration by Cameron, but left his feet, so didn't have a lot of options.
25 assists for the Airs today.
They're passing the ball really well, which is impressive, especially since they don't have Mitch McCarron in the lineup today, who that's really his job. So as a collective, they've made a conscious effort of that and lifted in that area.
Burton by himself in the corner. Minnie sensing the danger. Lots gave it up from the Chemist Warehouse. One bounce, one step inside, puts it down.
Well, Lots is awoken offensively here in the second half, up to 16 points. Find a lot of space down there in the interior.
Minnie in the turnaround, in and out. Doesn't feel like we've seen a lot of Elijah Minnie today.
Well, he doesn't really insert himself into the game unless needed. He was 3 of 3 from the field at halftime. He's just had 7 shots in the game, but still 12 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds.
Flynn Cameron a block at one end, Tobias with the shot at the other.
It is. Taranaki Airs team is chasing triple digits right now. They want to get to 100.
I think they're a good thing to get there. McRae has had a big battle today. Travel there against Telfer. Been a tough day for Scotty Telfer as he takes a seat. Been a big day for the Airs though. Minnie takes a seat. Davison, his day's done. Flynn Cameron. Sam Froling already on the pine. The men in black have come to play and they have delivered in a big, big way.
You know, it is a 30-point deficit for the Sharks. As you see an offensive foul there. A lot of whistles away from the basketball right now, finishing up. But I think it is a positive step for the Sharks. Yes, they've only got 65 points and unfortunately on the wrong end of another blowout. But I think there's some steps in the right direction. We saw, I think, a more sustained level of competition for them. We saw the ball get shared to a higher degree as Cal McRae gets the N1 opportunity there. And I think when you bring in that next import, you can see an opportunity as Markel Lots, saying the right things to his teammates here, being a good leader, which isn't always easy for when you're down in a game like this.
Airs will move to 6-3 on the season with the win here this afternoon. And they've got that big stretch of home games now. Jets, Hawks, Nuggets, Saints, all here in New Plymouth coming up for the Airs, so they could get on a real run at the moment. This is better. Carr motors his way through to the basket.
Very punny. Well done. Carr gets 2.
Flynn Cameron's got the top vote at the moment. MVP, have your say. QR code there. Fun and free. Some prizes up for grabs.
17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals for Flynn Cameron. He had one taken away at halftime.
Zoe Burton starting to make his move. I like that.
Look at you influencing the public in a bad way. Because there's nobody on the Sharks team deserves to be MVP today. All due respect to the Sharks.
I've just voted 18 times, by the way.
That is not allowed, is it? Because there I've got some issues with the countback.
Kel McRae getting some love as well.
Kel McRae putting together another solid game.
Who's your MVP, Case?
I'm going to go with Brolin. I liked what he's done.
21 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists.
He's stuffed the stat sheet, no doubt about it.
Been good, hasn't he? What a season he's having.
Love to see him as that level of facilitator. That's what's impressive. 7 assists for him.
Oh, Xavier Adam comes up with a nice little floater.
The floater game in effect, 99 on the board for the Airs. The only drama left is will they hit 100?
They had a win in the Rapid League earlier as well. Burton from the corner for 3. He adds another one from downtown.
Nice to see Zoe Burton getting his eye in. That's the type of shooter he is. Did he have an 11 3-point game last year, 10? I can't remember, but he's capable of some big numbers just from behind the arc, and nice to see him find a little bit of that level.
There's a hold there mid-court. That'll go against Morgan Trott. So Kel McRae will walk the length.
He's going to get free throws and the ball. That's unsportsmanlike, because that would have been grabbing and fouling from behind. As Coach Sam McKinnon says, yeah, you're not allowed to do that. He's like, I know now.
Did some nice things earlier today, Morgan Trott. Sky Broadband Rapid League, by the way, the Airs won that 42-33.
McRae up to 17 now, double-double for him, 17 and 11. Forrest, the big fella's really dishing out assists.
Oh, look at the Yeti just making himself comfortable. He's getting some airtime today.
And you know what, you mentioned Asbury, a tough game offensively, just the 5 points, but he's got 8 rebounds. He's also got 11 assists. And the Yeti, just chatting to the mums.
Hanging out with the mums on Mother's Day.
I mean, he's a little chatty there. Where's the dads at?
Come on. Dying seconds of this one today, Ben Hall. Nice cut from the weak side, finishes off underneath.
Well, it's down to 23 points now. The Sharks have done well to get back in this ball game. Can the Airs find a little execution? Nico Hill, open look, drains it.
He's had an afternoon, Casey. Nico Hill.
Career high, Nico Hill, 15 points on 6 for 8 from the field. And a 26-point lead for the Airs.
Burton for another triple. Sharks will go again. Maybe one last shot for them. The captain, back to McRae. Bustles his way through Morgan Trott on the putback.
The Airs going to try one last heave to get to the final score line.
Every point counts. Xavier Adam off the front of the ring, and that'll do us this afternoon. Mother's Day action, round 7 Sal's NBL. And a big win at home for the Taranaki Airs. 102-78. A lot to like about this Airs team. Great to see Daron Rakawa with a smile. Broken nose for him late in the 3rd quarter. He's had it straightened. Some hugs and some smiles. Sharks coaching staff making sure he's okay. Big afternoon at home for the Airs. They moved to 6-3 on the season. And some real confidence out of this one after that loss against the Rams on the road on Thursday night. They finish round 7 in style. The Sharks with some work to do. We know that. 0-10 on the season. It's been their worst since they came into the competition in 2010. They do have an import on the way. A classy scoring guard is flying to New Zealand at the moment. Kel McRae certainly battled hard today. 19 points, 13 rebounds for him. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Well, Cal, a difficult night tonight for the Sharks. Some steps in the right direction. What can you take from this one moving forward?
We just got to know we got to be consistent. Like, at times we lack consistency, and then that's when we fell in trouble. I think just playing a full game or 40-minute basketball, we need to start doing that. We're playing in patches of like 2-3 minutes, and we'll go bad for 2-3. So I think that's key for us. Yeah.
And good news on the horizon for Sharks fans. You got an import that's coming, somebody you've been waiting on for the entire season. What will that aspect, bringing another player, do for you guys?
Scoring. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I appreciate your time, Cal. Good job today.
Yeah, as we mentioned, that scoring guard coming in for the Sharks this week, Guy Malloy. It's been a tough season for him, but he is keeping this team together. They're positive and they're working hard. His captain, Alonzo Burton, excellent today. 24 points for the skipper. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Well, so you were able to find a little bit more of your range in that second half. It's been tough coming since you came back to the lineup, but what does it mean to you as a shooter to be finally able to line some of those ones up?
Yeah, I mean, it always feels good as a shooter to knock a couple down. Obviously, they didn't drop in the first half, but as a shooter, you just keep shooting. My teammates find me really well, so yeah.
And then for the Sharks, another tough loss. Did some good things in that fourth quarter. At Spouts, there was good things for the Sharks. What do you guys take from this moving forward that you can build on as opposed to things that you're going to dwell on?
I think in that first half we were pretty good in terms of controlling the lead and stuff like that and getting up and pressuring, but we have these little lapses, and with a good team like Taranaki, they blow out pretty quickly. So I guess staying consistent when those lapses do happen, like what are we going to do, what are we going to be in, and we'll keep building and continue to get better. So.
And then an import coming in, a lot of games at home. What do you hope that the Sharks can start building on and hopefully find what that has been that elusive first win?
Yeah, I mean, having an import point guard come in, get a little bit more scoring, a bit of leadership out there as well, more leadership. So, yeah, we're looking forward to having him get here, and I guess we'll just train and look forward to the next game. Yeah.
Thanks for the time, Zoe. Safe trip home.
Well, the 30-year-old captain certainly battled manfully today for the Southland Sharks, in the thick of it right from the start. And I just love the way that he's trying to get his team up this season. We know it's a tough season on the floor. He's constantly talking to his teammates, constantly leading by example, defensively, offensively, and he comes up with a team high 24 points today for the Sharks. Alonzo Burton. If he can stay in this sort of form, the Sharks fans will be happy. Sam Froling, speaking of form, gee, he's been good. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Well, Sam, a good night at the office for the Airs. Not too much defensive persuasion. You might have more defense in this interview behind you moving up, but what were some of the positive for the Airs building off the loss earlier in the week?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff we weren't happy with against Canterbury. Moving the ball, our defensive help, positioning wasn't there. First half, we're a bit sloppy, I think, but that second half we really cleaned all that up.
What does it say for mostly a pretty young squad to lose one of your leaders in Mitch McCarron, but to come out today and really dish the ball well? You had a lot of guys up there over 5 assists, a lot of unselfishness being shown.
Yeah, I mean, we got a super talented team, and we emphasize when we move the ball, everybody eats and we look good. And, I mean, it's just the execution of guys. When we get it swinging, everyone's open, they're hitting open shots. It makes it a lot easier.
And then for the Airs, it's just your third home game of the season. It's spent a lot of time on the road, but you're about to come into a part of the season where you got a lot of games on home. Well, what are you trying to build in as we come back to this business end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, this place is going to be a hard place to play, and we want to make sure that every team comes here thinking, they mark that one on the calendar as a loss, like one of the ones you write off, because we got a good squad, and if we can defend this place, especially coming in the back end of the season with a lot of home games, we're going to be in pretty good stead.
And you spend a lot of time in Taranaki now. Are you a fan of the wind wand?
Of the what?
The wind wand.
Wind wand. I didn't actually see it for the first couple of weeks. The boys were telling me about it. I was intrigued. And, there's not much to it, but I'm a huge fan. It's awesome.
Appreciate the time, Sam.
I got to confess, Casey Frank and I went for a walk down to look at the wind wand last night. So it is a bit of a favourite in the town. Sam Froling's a bit of a favourite as well. What a season he is having. Rim running. I love to see that from the big fella. The 24-year-old Australian had a battle with Callum McRae inside, and the fans really enjoyed it. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists for Sam Froling. An afternoon's work well done for him. 102-78, the win for the Airs, the MVP. There's your chance to have a vote, maybe a late vote for you. Flynn Cameron leading the way at the moment, 32%. He had a really good game today as well, Flynn. 17 points. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Hey, Flynn, Flynn Cameron, good game for the Airs today. I think a step in the right direction. With no Mitch McCarron today, how do you feel the team performed, especially sharing the basketball?
We made it an emphasis at training just to get the ball through hands, make everyone get touched during the game, and yeah, I thought we did well. We had Mac on the sideline, so he's obviously floor general on the side, so it was good to have him.
And for yourself in that position where I think normally with Mitch McCarron there, you probably don't need to worry about it getting everybody to eat. Did you make a extra emphasis on that area of the game today without him in the lineup?
Definitely needed to get the players going from the start, make everyone feel a part of it. But yeah.
Sam Froling today, I think he finished on 7 or 8 assists. He did a nice job facilitating out of the low post. What does it mean to have a big guy who's able to be a scorer, but also still find those guys on the perimeter, as he did with you when he was doubled and you hit that corner 3?
It means a lot. He commands a lot of attention in this league, and then, you know, we're still learning, but we're learning to play through him, and yeah, he should be more of an emphasis. Yeah.
Then I have heard that you and your brother have a bit of a house that a lot of the guys are coming through and spending some time at. How much work has this house had, and it's become a bit of a meeting point for the Airs this year?
It's definitely become a meeting point. How you know about the house, man? How you know about the house? Nah, it's definitely awesome to have that house. You know, there's 4 of us living it, and then just whenever we tell the boys come through, whenever they feel like. So yeah.
Appreciate the time, Flynn. I'm gonna keep it going, Jerome. I didn't know we had it. Is that an actual broken nose that has been diagnosed, or is it just a little bit more crooked than it was?
Oh man, I think it's broken. She had to put it in the back locker room, but yeah, it's all right. It'll get a bit swollen, but hey, I'm still pretty.
Well, not you look at. I mean, pretty. It's okay. It's okay. But overall in the game, nice game for the Airs today. What do you guys feel about your performance? Is it a step in the right direction after getting that loss earlier in the week?
Yeah, look, just bounce back game. Lucky we had 3 days break and straight into it. So it was a quick turnaround for us, and all the boys showed up. Yeah.
You got a lot of luck. It looks like this is a team that's getting along really well. How good is it to be on a squad that's together like this and coming towards the business end of the season?
That's all right. I don't really like these guys, to be honest. But nah, this is the team. This is the team. This is the team.
Just finally, before I go, I'll let you get it out on the Twitch streaming name. What we got, Dees?
Oh, twitch.tv/DeesBuckets. Yeah!
They're a happy team. Yeah, Taranaki, no doubt about that. Chemist Warehouse stats for this one. Big win for the Airs in the end. Percentages all going their way. Offensive rebounds, though, look at the Sharks winning that by 10. That is a good sign for them to take away. But the assist, 27-15. Wow.
Oh, just a lot of unselfishness out there. You love to see 27 assists on 37 buckets. And a lot of guys leading the way. 7 for Carlin Davidson, 7 for Sam Froling, 5 for Flynn Cameron. I gave him some bad info. I said he had 8. He was excited. He's not excited anymore. Now it's 5.
Sharks 0-10 on the season, round 7. The results so far, the 5, of course, with the upset. The Rams by 3 over the Airs. Bulls too strong for the Sharks. Really like what the Hawks are doing. 116-105 over the Nuggets.
It's been a bit of a moving week for teams across the competition. Of course, we see the Tuatara with the big win last night. The Airs are the big win today. But maybe the game of the day, the Saints and the Giants. Can the Giants get themselves a little bit closer to that top 6, or the Saints solidify their grip on the top of the ladder?
Yeah, big one coming up tonight from the capital. Sal's NBL ladder. Let's have a look at this, Casey. The Airs move up to 6-3. That top 5 looks really good, doesn't it?
It's looking like it's starting to solidify. Earlier in the week, we talked about it, and it's like, who's going to move? The Hawks have stepped into that top 6, but unless some of these teams in those bottom 6 teams start getting these guys on the top, that solid 5 is going to stay that way.
Rightio, let's look ahead to round 8. We do have a trade window in between, of course. That'll start at 9 p.m. tonight. This is how round 8 looks. Hawks at home on Wednesday night to the Bulls. Look out, Bulls. You are going up against a very, very good team at the moment. Nuggets in the Tuatara. Nuggets need a win. We know that. Rams are on a bit of a run at the moment. Sharks at home to the Tuatara. That's a tough one, but they do have an incoming guard.
That's going to help, but of course that talent discrepancy might be too big. Looking on to Saturday, the Airs hosting the Jets, the Bulls and Saints in Pukekohe at the Stockyard. That's going to be a big one, finishing the week with the Giants hosting the 5.
Well, we hope the mums have enjoyed their day. Been a big day for the Yeti and the Airs, but it's not over yet in the Sal's NBL. Settle in for this one. The Saints and the Giants tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it this afternoon.